Okay, we're here. This is the rescheduled Masculine Geek live stream D&D session 19. I have two announcements to make. One, we are unofficially sponsored by Lucid Absinthe.
All right.
Here you go. Yeah, cheers. Let me take a sip. Hang on. Yes, that's very tasty. Okay, and the second announcement is
this is going to be a real short show.
It's going to be a very short show, yes. This pass right the fuck out. The second announcement is this is a shout out to Aaron Clary, that bastard. I'd gotten a piece of mail from him in the post office. I'm like, oh, cool, a letter, a handwritten letter. This is really cool. I opened it up. It seemed very thin. I'm like, was it on race paper? No. So I slid it open and look inside, and thank God he sent this, because now I'll be able to eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go. That's and TG got one too. So now we can live the high life. So there's a shout out to you, Mr. Clary, if you're watching this later, which I think sometimes you do.
Thank you, you cheap bastard.
You cheap son of a bitch. So
yeah,
yes.
Spirit Airlines Clary.
Chicken Express. All right, so here we are.
I don't know if this is going to stretch this far. That's what she said. Holy shit! I just rolled my 2 D20s.
Did you blow your wad and roll 220s?
Do you see that?
Holy crap! We can't play now.
Yeah, I know.
This is done.
Good night, folks.
Good night. We're so long.
Clearly, the gods are angry.
Yeah, and if that's all the highest you roll, and you don't get any 20s this game, what the hell's going over there in Florida?
I don't know, but holy fucking shit!
I know Spectrum has been like sketch today.
Yeah, that's what I heard you guys saying, that your internet was all fucked up.
It has just not been a good scene. And then I wanted to, like, we had the first real thunderstorm out here. Like we get them occasionally for summertime thunderstorms, and it came early. I thought maybe that was it. And then John Fitch is saying that he's in San Jose. He was talking about like rolling power outages or something like that.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Weird.
Let me go post.
I don't like this, guys.
That's right.
You guys.
I'll get all 1s and 2s the rest of the night.
Right. All right. Let me share this out to Twitter. The Twitter.
I'm grabbing.
Make sure this is all.
All right. We're going to be starting soon, everyone.
My bag of tricks. I've been all serious. I've been doing nothing but real serious podcasts today. And now I'm doing this.
I know, right? This is a different kind of series.
I'm gonna die. I'm in a bad mood. Daddy's in a bad mood.
Oh shit! Don't piss off the DM.
Ruh-roh.
Get in here. Oh, it would help if I could spell.
All right.
Can't read good.
Yeah, everybody really liked I got nothing but positive feedback from the show that we did last Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's good news.
That's a good format. It's people really they go, oh, this is a nice break.
Right.
From Angry Daddy.
Seriously. Let's see who else we got. Robert. Amos is going to be here, but he's working. He's going to be an hour late.
I was also going to say, well, first off, you're drinking absinthe, so this is probably going to be a short than normal. But I've got some encounters lined up. I got to get you guys into the game. Robert, thanks for taking over Blodgett for this, just for now. Just play him as if he is Tancred to this point.
Not the first time I've walked in for one part and ended up with another. It's the way it goes.
You'll enjoy it. Blodgett is a little son of a bitch. So
I'm going to try and play him as much like Aaron as I can, but since I've never actually met the man.
Well, Aaron didn't play Blodgett. He was playing Sled for the longest time.
No, don't play Aaron in the game. Don't do that. That's not done. No. How about no?
I got to share this with you guys. Hang on a second.
What the fuck?
I believe I'm prepared finally.
Cool.
And let's get this going, and this can go over here, and I will share my screen. Hang on.
This is session. Is 18? No, this is
19, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know why it says 18. I'll go back and change it.
There we go.
As I think. Hang on.
I'm not sure. This is number 2 for me. So
Number 2.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is session 19.
You lose. Good day, sir.
That's funny.
I'm thinking more like Age of Empires. Start the game already.
I need a sound drop. I need sound. Do you guys remember that meme from Summoner where they're doing the live D&D and they're playing it in Summoner? And the one guy who's playing Summoner, he's like, "Are there any girls down there?"
How do we get them?
I attack the darkness.
Oh,
I cast magic missile.
yeah, Dead Alewives Watchtower. That's
Oh man, that was the
Ah.
funniest shit. I
Yeah.
people have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but that was funny as hell when it came out.
I should have that on CD over here because I've got
No,
several
I know.
Dr. Demento shows that
Yeah,
when I worked in radio.
it was like the video game that they were like pulling it from was Summoner, right?
Well,
Old school, way old. I think that was like back in the early 2000s.
the way they were doing it was, they were like it was one of those news documentaries going into the dark and dangerous world of Dungeons and Dragons, where because your kids do poorly in gym class, they are seduced to the dark side, and all that. So yeah, I should have it. Like I said, on CD, so I can probably
get that just as a sound drop. I probably
yeah. I'm sure you can probably find it online digital, but I'll see what I can do, and if worst case scenario, I'll copy it and send it to you digitally.
Okay, let's pick up from where we were.
Indeed.
Am I right now?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Picking it up. I do have an entry for Amos when he gets here, but for right now, this is very easy for me to take care of. Grot is like really jacked up hard from the fighting the apes. You guys finally catch up. Lupo and Gray and Aldemar, you finally catch up with Grot and Blodgett down here towards the entrance of these double doors right here, and you see 4 dead, or actually I should say 3, because you guys killed the one up where you guys were, but you see 3 dead like carnivorous apes laying around Grot, and he's just kind of like spent. He's just like
I'm napping,
exhausted on the ground, and Blodgett is kind of dazed because he got whacked by one of them. Yeah, he got smashed aside, but he's back on his feet, and he's good. He's good right now, but Gray, I believe I gave you 1 spell back, so you're good with that one. Duncan you guys are exhausted, so you're gonna have to at least there. I'm just gonna presume you guys have taken a short break before you get to here, because a short break is all you're gonna get. Because remember, the alarm has already been raised.
Yeah.
So again, still at nighttime, you guys are under the veranda right here. These are the 2 large trees that are towards the south end of that courtyard. Just to give you a quick overhead here, this is where you came in. There's the fountain that was right here. Let's see. Grot has managed to wash the mud off of him. I'm going to just presume you guys have like dusted it off, or have washed off the mud, so we don't have to go through that again. And Blodgett, you never had any on you in the first place, so you were good.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where you guys are at right now. You're resting in front of these double doors. They look like somewhat ornate. They have like kind of a scroll work carved into them. There's a language on some of them, like maybe it's Gray. The best you can make is that it's some kind of a warning, but again, it's not like Lord of the Rings, speak, friend, and enter. It's just kind of like it reminds you of like something that was maybe relevant in the old world.
Can I make out any words or symbols on it that might give some hint to the nature of the warning?
It looks like there might have been at some time a like a coat of arms or some kind of heraldry that was carved into the woodwork of the door itself, but a lot of it's been scratched away and just kind of like debased and marred, like almost intentionally, like with scratches and like axe marks and cut marks into it as well. But
that might have been the people who had it before it was taken.
I can't really tell. It was in the old world, and Lupo is starting to become somewhat of a historian. The only thing he can think of is that it was in some way not so much a warning, but like this I will defend kind of thing.
Okay. I was going to ask Lupo if any of it looks familiar from his book.
No, there's nothing out of the book that he's got that you guys picked up in the last one.
Okay.
And Duncan is unfamiliar with where you guys are at right now, because remember when he escaped, he had to go along the watch walls to get out, so he doesn't know where he's at right now. And Aldemar, roll me a d20 real quick out of your glass.
The shot glass.
Out of your shot glass.
The little tin cup from a whiskey. Anyways, it's I rolled a 15.
15. Okay. You do notice that there are definitely some foot traffic that goes up to the door, and right around this area, right in here, within the first 20-foot area, right about here.
Gotcha. Sorry, I had to step away for a second, so I kind of missed out on.
That's all right. Grot, you are back. You got your second wind. What do we? Sorry, forgive me. What is your hit points up to right now? What do we get you?
I was down to 5.
Okay, so you're at 5. Okay, Gray, you're gonna have to help out Grot.
Okay, that's one of the things we talked about at the last time. Is I was going to heal them. So for Grot, I am going to. Trying to think, what is the strongest that I can do here? Well, how bad is everybody else? Because maybe I could do mass healing word, which restores up to 6 creatures of my choice.
Mm-hmm.
And they gain.
Duncan looks like he's pretty exhausted, because remember he had to also fight one of those big giant apes up there as well.
Okay. Anybody else in rough shape here?
Blodgett looks winded as well, but he looks like he'll be okay.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word. It gives me a 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 7. So I get 9. So they get 9.
9 apiece? Okay, so add that up. Aldemar, you can get 9 up to your max. Blodgett, you're already at your max anyways right now, because you're taking over that. And okay, so you gave Duncan. There.
Keep forgetting these extra actions I have once per rest. It's fucking stupid.
All right.
Mine are mostly like against the undead. So.
All right, I'm up to 14.
Okay. That'll work for now. All right. So you guys have taken a very brief rest. Grot, roll a 1d4 real quick.
Sure. My 4-sider. Fuck, 1.
Get an extra. You get an extra hit point from that.
Fantastic. I'm up to 10.
Nice. Robert, I need you to actually, since you are now actually a player. Okay. So I only do this for thieves. So I need you to roll me a 1d4 as well.
All right. 3.
Okay. You have 3 luck points for this session. Okay. So what that means is you can use those to get a single reroll. You can add as many of those to like a hit roll, or just like to anything that you could make a roll to. You can either get a +1 up to a +3 because you got 3, or you can get 3 rerolls on those on whatever that you. And another thing is also you can cause other people to have bad luck too. So if you want to, if somebody's going to get a 20 on you, you can say, no, let's make that a 19.
Okay.
And then you're going to burn a luck point. So you got 3 luck points to burn for this session.
All right, great.
And you're halfling too. So.
All right.
Okay, Aldemar, you are up next. You're right up by the door, so I'm going to start with you. And you guys have a sense of urgency. You know, like Lupo's kind of looking around. He hasn't lit. He's not lighting the. Oh, by the way, Blodgett, by the way, Robert.
Yes.
Lupo is about 15 years old, a 15-year-old human.
Mhm.
He is essentially a link boy right now, but he's sort of studying to either become sort of like a cleric or a monk. Not really sure right now. He's just sort of like he's a young human. And so essentially what he does is asks a lot of annoying questions, and he carries around a very long pole with a bullseye lantern attached to the top of it, and he's carrying what looks like a footman's hammer of some sort.
Okay.
So there you have it. Aldemar, you are right here, right now. So TJ, what are you going to do?
So I'm kind of lost ever since I had to deal with something for a moment. Where's the door?
The door is right here in front of you.
Okay.
Let me back up just a little bit so you can see where the courtyard is. This is where you guys are at right now.
Okay. So we're trying to head down south. Okay. How high are the walls?
They run up about 10 feet on either side. In front of you right now, this is an archway, so the doors sort of open into this kind of arch, and they are double doors. And the height is probably about 3 stories from where you can see, but there is about 10 or 12 feet up is the veranda that the hobgoblins had jumped down from in the last combat that you guys had. So from here, anything that's shaded along the edges here, that's where the veranda was, like, is the overhang. It's like a wooden overhang.
Okay, gotcha.
But from where you are, because you're out underneath it, you can see up. You can see up probably close to about 2 to 3 stories.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my rope. Let's see who's I'm gonna take out my rope and see if I can try to lasso it basically onto the one of the upper walls so I can climb.
The only way you could do that would be to pull yourself up onto the top of the roof of the veranda if you wanted to do that. There's nothing. Right. There's no other way. There's no other purchase for you from where you're at. Otherwise, it's like 3 stories up, and you don't have nearly enough rope to get that high. The only only elevated position you could get to would be like 12 feet up onto the rooftop, that wooden rooftop of the veranda that goes around.
All right, I'll take the rooftop of the veranda.
Okay, so you're working on that right over here. I'm just going to place you up there as you're climbing up. Okay, Gray, Grot, you see Aldemar pulling himself up to sort of get a higher vantage point from where he's at to see what's going on. Wow. Now, remember, last warning, you guys are you have triggered the alarm when you were when you fought the Ankheg back two sessions ago. So they do know you're here.
All right. And am I to understand there's no kind of external locking mechanism or anything like that on the door? That
you can go look at it. Is that what you? Let's go with you. What do you want to do? Okay.
Yeah, I want to investigate the door to see if there's any kind of way I can detect to open it.
Okay. The door is locked, but it doesn't seem like it's barred from the opposite side. It's locked with some kind of iron mechanism, metallic mechanism.
Is it anything that looks like something I would be familiar with, that maybe in investigating it I could think, I could maybe give this a shot?
Roll me a d20.
All right. 10.
Yeah, you could definitely pick this lock.
Okay. I share with the rest of the group that I'm somewhat familiar with this kind of locking mechanism, and I believe I might be able to get it to open if you guys are ready. All right.
So Blodgett turns around to you and says, I believe I'm very familiar with this, and I could open this door for you guys. Grot, sure. Hey, that's what he's saying to you.
I back away just a little.
What are you going to do, Gray? You're up. Grot's got to take a breather.
Oh, yeah, so I'm going to back away from the door just a little and tell Lupo to hold back, because we don't know what's behind it or if it might be trapped. Although I trust that Blodgett would have checked for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us see. Are you? I presume you're checking for traps.
Oh, most certainly.
Okay. You are
There
100%
we-
certain that there are no traps on this door.
Okay.
That's
It is
always
just
good.
locked. And you also notice the same foot traffic that Aldemar did.
Okay.
So I presume you're going to pick the lock.
Oh, most certainly. If they're ready
Okay.
for it.
While he's picking it, can I walk up to the door and place my ear against it?
Sure.
Uh-oh, an earworm.
Do I hear anything coming from the other side?
Excellent choice. Roll me a d20 there, Gray, and I will go
Uh-oh.
with Roger here, who is trying to.
14.
Nice.
And my
Drew's
perception.
back.
Okay. You don't hear anything except for the click when Blodgett picks the lock, and from the opposite side, you hear kind of like a latch going up or some sort of metal on metal sound, and that's all you hear. No traps, no nothing. Blodgett has picked the lock.
Okay.
I look over at Gray and
back
say,
to
"You want to
the-
open it, or you
Does
want
the
me
door
to?"
open in towards us or away from us?
It opens outward into outward where you guys are at.
Okay. I'm going to kind of pull back over by the side of the door so I'm not standing right where it's opening.
All right, I will stealthily attempt to ease open the door and kind of investigate and peer through and see what I can perceive on the other side of it, if anything.
You see what looks like a hallway of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And you got infravision, so you can see right up to about there. You don't see any heat. Remember,
Okay.
infravision is based on heat. So it looks like some sort of corridor. Again, the foot traffic continues. The floor is a bit dusty. So from where you're looking from your vantage point, this is about as much as you can see.
All right. I share that information with the rest of the group.
Okay. Here's what I see. Aldemar, you are now on top of the veranda on the wooden overhang, and the only thing you can see out into the distance along the walls. Remember, you're in a courtyard right now. You don't see anything on the top of. In fact, let me give you the vantage point here again. All you can see really is the inside of this courtyard up to here, and you don't see much of anything else. So you don't see any figures on top of the roofing of where you're at right now, and beyond that you can't see because the walls continue up from where you're at. But you don't see anything in the treetops. You don't see anything coming in through this area right here right now.
And are we trying to head north or south?
Well, north is up. North is this way, the way you came in,
Right.
and south is this way where the
We're
double
trying to head.
doors.
Okay.
Mhm.
I call down to Grot and say, or maybe I should call the Gray. Gray, what are your thoughts? I don't see anything here.
Oh, well, come back down by us. If there's nobody there, there's probably nothing worth investigating. If there was, there'd be somebody guarding it.
All right,
Fair
I'm going
enough.
to come down.
Okay, so you drop down.
Yeah, drop down.
If it's getting less dangerous, we're moving in the wrong direction.
Good place to rest for a while.
Blodgett gives Gray a very questioning look at that statement.
Well,
You may interact with each other.
Grad need rest. Grad hurt.
if there's anything to be discovered here that is of value, it is also most likely being guarded. Any area where there are not guards probably houses little or nothing of interest or value to us.
Good place for Grat to rest.
Oh, is Grat? How are you feeling?
Grat looked like he fall down elevator shaft.
Grat no like monkeys.
Grat no like demon monkeys.
Do I have
look at me? Do I look at Grat? Look at Grat face and torso. Does Grat look? Grat no happy, and does Grat look?
Grat
healthy?
is as ass whooped as you've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Ray.
Oh man, I'm gonna cure wounds then. I'm gonna cast another. Actually, let me see which one does more healing. Let's see, cure wounds.
Grat much appreciative. Grat feel like
We'll
ass.
figure that out. Blodgett, what are you gonna do? You're right up by the door.
Blodgett will go on ahead and open the door a little bit more and investigate a little bit, because from what I've seen from watching certain sessions, Blodgett has a habit of like going off on his own when guys aren't doing stuff.
I'll just to give you a little bit of background. Blodgett likes to hide in shadows. Like he uses his abilities to.
Yeah, he does.
Well, it's darker in here than out here, and so I'm going to go in there where it's a little bit darker and hide and
Bacon is in
kind
here.
of investigate.
All right. So Blodgett slips inside the thing there into this, and I'm going to give you a couple of sites to see here. Let me
Okay.
bring this down a little bit. So Blodgett, when you get into here, this is what you see.
Okay.
Now you can see some light coming from down the hallways here.
All right.
So this is a barestone corridor, has torch brackets set in the southern wall at 10-foot intervals. The air is chill. The passage runs east to west. The floor is covered with dust. Barely discernible at the end of each wing, there appears to be a doorway down towards each way.
Okay.
I'm gonna heal Grot quickly. If I can cast a healing word on him, not healing word, cure wounds, and 15.
Good. Grat feel much better now. Grat feel
So
healthy.
I lay my hands on and I say a
Oh.
prayer to Pelor and to ask that his warmth flow through you.
Grat, what you do, Grat?
I'm healing your wound.
Sailor.
Jesus, we're not taking warm showers. If you think no, just don't touch. What you do?
My prayer to Pelor.
Jesus, Grat feel better now.
That's what you're seeing right there, Gray. You've just healed Grot. Aldemar, you're next. Gray has
That doesn't sound good. Aldemar, you're next.
You're next.
You're
You're
right.
gonna get touched by a priest.
Duncan's moved and is kind of like looking to see where Blodgett went, just in case you run into anything horrible.
Okay. I'm going to go in through the door as well.
Okay. So you pass into the door, and this is what you see. The same thing as Blodgett does. You do not have infravision. However, there are torch brackets set in the walls at about every other 10 feet right now. So it's lit. So give me roll me a d20 real quick. Actually, both of you, Blodgett and Aldemar, roll me a d20.
17.
11.
Okay.
And I'm just giving you straight rolls since I don't have
That's
Blodgett's
fine.
character
Yeah,
sheet.
don't worry about it. I've got the sheet here. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You guys are both coming to the same conclusion. This is a populated area.
Okay.
Duncan comes in the door and sees the same thing. He says, "You think anybody's home? You think anybody's here?"
Good place to camp.
So let me give you a little bit extra. Hang on, because you guys don't know this yet. You haven't gone down here yet, but we'll go over here. You can see down the hallway a little bit more.
But I was able to see that there are doors on either end.
You can see what faintly that there, because it's kind of far away, but you can see that there are doors. You can make out the outline of the door at the end. Again, the torches are kind of fouling your infravision.
Gotcha.
Here's a question for you, Raul. I'll throw it up.
In the private?
No, it's in the public, right on the screen.
Oh. Yes. I do. I got it. He emailed it to me. Thanks, Amos. I do have it. Yes. And
Cool. See you soon, Amos.
Now would be a really good time for you to come in too.
God damn it.
Yes, I did get it. Sorry.
So,
I'm focusing on the Photoshop file. I'm not looking at the stream at this point. So that's about as far down as you can see.
All right.
Okay, Grot, you are feeling much better.
Yeah, I'm up to 30 now, so that's good. I'm stretching and getting limber. All right, I'm gonna walk over to the door and ask what go on.
Okay, so you can see what's going on here. I'll push you over here.
And these doors push forward or swing towards me?
They open outwards.
Okay.
So they're out this way, but I can't show you that.
Yeah. Okay, so the doors are actually swung. Both of them are
they're
swung open.
swung
Okay.
open now. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. Does Grat smell anything weird with the air? He's sniffing the air.
No, burning torches. That's about it. There are
Burning
torch
torches.
brackets in this hallway.
So that's our light. What give? Where do we go?
And Duncan says, "Oh, it looks like the family's home."
Blodgett will move down a little bit to the right of the screen as we look at it, just to allow more room for people to come
This
in,
way?
and also so I'm not,
This
and
way?
also so I'm not standing in the group. But
All right, tell me right about there. Is that good?
yeah, they're a little bit.
No more?
Excuse me, a little bit further. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Trying to stick to the shadows while I do so.
Okay. Such as there are.
Such as there are, but I mean between the torches and so forth.
Yeah. You believe that you are. Put it that way.
Yeah, I'm not purposefully standing in the torchlight. I'm trying to stick to the shadows in between.
Cool.
Aldemar, what are you doing? Blodgett moves that way. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna move in the center between the two.
Sight, sound, smells, eyes. You have five
Yeah,
senses.
let me-
Use all of them.
Let me roll for perception. All right. 15 plus. So 20 total.
Okay. You do notice that there's foot traffic in the dust below you, and it appears as if it's going towards the eastern doorway, which is where Blodgett is. So it seems like it goes both ways, but the majority of it is going the way that Blodgett is. And then it kind of trails off. You can't really. It gets indistinct about 20 feet out from there, but it seems like that had the most traffic there. But again, remember the doors were locked.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue in the opposite direction.
Which way?
So he's. You can't see my mouse. So
You want to go this way, or you want to go
yeah.
Never split the party.
this way?
Oh, okay. I'll go with him.
Never. Grat say no split party. Where you go? Stop that.
All right. I'll follow.
Grat grabs you by your collar and says,
I grab him by the scruff. Yeah.
I don't usually listen to half-breed orcs, but
Yeah, but half-breed orc, very wise.
yeah.
Yes. Maybe dumb in some way, but wise in fighting.
nice and fighting. I
Demon
need
apes.
you. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I need to push. I forgot to do this last time. I need to push you guys up there. Now you have a brighter. Now it's a little
cool.
brighter for you guys. The party need to be on top of the fog of war, such as it is. Grot, you're there. Duncan moves in next to Aldemar. He's kind of like following along. He's sort of like looking around. Let's hold on. He's not a complete idiot. Unless he rolls a 1, and then he is a complete idiot. So Duncan's just kind of looking around, like he's a little wary of where you guys are, but other than that, like he's not familiar with this because remember he's the only one that's ever been in this facility, this stockade before. Grot, you're next in line. What are you going to do?
I'll pass the door lintel.
Okay,
If I was to go through.
threshold.
So I'm going to cross the threshold. I was invited.
You and Duncan are married now, so you cross the threshold together.
There you go. We jumped the broom. So I'm going to have my two-handed sword drawn.
Okay.
And held low.
Okay.
So I don't stab anybody.
You might be careful of it.
Gotcha.
That's just one DM. That's your first DM advice that you get.
Gotcha. I figured I could only do like overhand and stabbing. I can't really do like swinging and like shots like that.
Now,
So,
remember that
all.
when you're using, and I should add that, like, there is, and this is something that is, Robert, as you know, probably is that there is weapon speed, and there is also like the length of the weapon. You have to be careful of that because, like, I
like those rules actually. They're that's cool.
They've always made sense.
Swing willy-nilly. You got like basically a 12-foot sword where you're like trying to swing it over on top of somebody. Overhand cut, that's fine as long as the ceiling is like 14 feet high.
Oh yeah, 10 by 10 space, and you're wielding a 12-foot sword. So yeah.
Yeah, if you're outside in an outdoor adventure, it's fantastic. Indoor, it's like it's next to useless. So.
Yeah.
Well, someone has my magic hammer, and
Spam magic
helmet.
Spam magic helmet.
Gray, you're up. What are you doing?
Eating a sandwich out of my pack.
All right.
I'm going to move up towards the door. Where everybody else is.
Father, I don't know if this is the time for that.
I tell Lupo to just shush and stay close.
We'll make it for him.
Stay very close, but keep your eye out. As we come into where the opening is, I tell him to watch in the other direction in case somebody tries to come up behind us. And I ask Aldemar what he sees.
Okay, you are outside. Are you going in? Are you moving?
Yeah, I'm going to come. Yeah, I'm moving in, and I'm motioning for Lupo to follow and stay close. And
is that good enough for you? Or you want to come away? And then
and I'm going to ask. Actually, I guess if I'm standing closest to Gratz and Duncan, I'm going to ask them. Is there any sign of the guards?
Grat motions them to be quieter, but
Duncan turns around to you, Gray, and he points towards the ground, and you see foot traffic going towards where Blodgett is. Blodgett's up about another 20 feet ahead of you.
How heavy does the foot traffic seem?
Not very. It looks like just faint again. Blodgett, you're there. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go on ahead, and as this area becomes a little bit more crowded, I'm going to continue to move down to the right as we look at the screen.
Okay. That is the east, by the way. So.
Okay. I will move forward to the east.
Okay.
Again, trying to stick the shadows, kind of keeping an eye on the footprints as far as...
Okay. The footprints disappear right about here. Can you see where my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. So right about there, they kind of disappear, but you can maybe occasionally one little foot here and there.
I'll
roll me an intelligence check, and I'll tell you why I'm actually telling you what it is.
Okay. Watch my hands. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I rolled a 20.
There you go. All right. That's good. Excellent. I should make you guys do that. If you rolled a 20 or a natural 1, you have to
show it. Yeah.
Okay. So you roll natural 20. You notice that some of the prints look like they might be boot prints.
Okay.
And that some of them look as if could have been like a foot, like a little foot, humanoid foot.
Okay.
Smallish.
All right. I will stop when I see the footprints have basically kind of ended or diminished significantly. And
right about there.
I'll kind of motion for Aldemar to come up beside me, and I'll point him out and ask him if he can make it out.
Aldemar,
not being able to see as well as I do.
Aldemar, you see Blodgett up ahead of you. He's motioning for you to come up closer. He hasn't said a word to you, but he's like,
I'm gonna quietly go up to him, say, "What is it? No, what is it?"
I'll point down to the ground to the footprints, and it's like, can you make these out with your human eyes and describe what it is I'm seeing?
I'm gonna roll for perception. So 19 plus 5 is 24.
Okay, you're pretty certain that the footprints are made by some sort of goblinoid, either hobgoblin or goblin or something, but they are fairly small-ish. Not like a child size, but certainly not a human size. So there's something that's There's bare feet, and then there's booted feet.
I turn to Blodgett, say, "Goblins. I hate these guys."
What? Like I would go to one of their weddings? Come on. It's like, well, what do you think? Do we think we ought to continue this way, or should we go back the other way?
Let's go. I'm not afraid of goblins.
All right.
All right. Duncan is going to move up a little. But you guys, he's kind of like holding back because he sees that you guys are doing your thing. Grot.
I'll move up behind Aldemar since he's still less than perfect health.
Okay.
I'll let Aldemar take one for the team.
Gray, I'll give you first because Lupo's going to follow you. So what do you want to do? You want to catch up?
Can we see the end from here? Or is it just going to darkness?
Blodgett has already indicated that there is some sort of door towards this way from what he can see with his eyes.
Can I get close to the door as I'm going this way?
You don't see anything. You don't see a door from where you're at because the guys are
I can't see anything. I walk up to Blodgett. I get close to Blodgett, and I ask if he thinks that this may be trapped. If there's any reason to suspect that they would have any traps in a major throughway. Or would you like me to check for traps?
I can take a look if you want, but this seems to be a major thoroughfare for the most part, except I fill him in on what we're seeing with the goblin footprints and how the traffic diminishes this way.
Mm-hmm.
So something used this much, it would be weird for them to have a lot of traps on it, but it's possible there may be something, but I'm generally always kind of keeping an eye out for where I put my foot. So
Where's your 10-foot pole to tap ahead?
you're carrying it.
Fairly well lit in here. Remember, there are torch brackets about every 20 feet.
Yeah.
Every other 10 feet.
That's convenient.
And they're not exactly roaring. They're like kind of smoldering. So it's kind of like a dim light from where you're at.
So no one's been here for a while to take care of them.
Yeah.
It's probably safe to say.
All right, Blodgett, you're up. What are you going to do?
I'm going to cautiously move forward, obviously keeping an eye out for any traps or
Okay. How far
anything.
do you want to go?
Let's move my max distance, I guess.
Let's put you here.
Max distance or the door, whichever comes first. And obviously I'm doing it kind of cautiously, trying to step where the goblin stepped. That way my little feet don't look too much different than theirs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's push down here a little bit more. Okay, so this is where you've seen the door.
Okay.
About that far. So there is a door at the end of this corridor, and now Aldemar, as you can see, they're just because you guys remember this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 70, almost 80 feet ahead of you. So it's a distance. So you can see that there is a door right there. Aldemar, what are you going to do? You're up.
I am going to. I'm just trying to see where my character is. I'm going to move up towards Blodgett.
Okay. Put you right next to him. That's fine. All right.
See?
Okay.
I'm going to comment to the group that perhaps we should stagger ourselves so that we're not standing all too close together, just in case there is a trap. And possibly also alternate between staying on the left and right side of the wall.
Okay. So great. Tell me what you're doing. You say that to everybody. Duncan, Lupo, Grot, and they all hear you.
Yeah, we should probably not bunch up too much just in case.
The others
I'll move ahead.
are up ahead. They're not paying you any mind right now.
Okay. Well, I assume
They are 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, about 45 feet ahead of you right now.
Okay. I assume that they would know to Blodgett in particular to watch out for.
Yeah.
He's a sneaky bastard.
Yes.
Also, he's expendable.
Great.
He's a red shirt.
So you say that. Now what? Yeah, you got one more action. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to move up, and I'm going to stay on the side of the hall that I am, and I'm going to stop maybe about 5 feet or so behind them. I don't want to get too bunched up.
Let's put you right. Yeah, put you 10 feet. There you go. Put you in that hex. Let's put you there. Grot.
I will move up and walk abreast of Gray, just to keep that area covered.
Okay. Lupo is kind of like creeping behind Gray, like
I tell Lupo,
and
a little distance.
Duncan will be right there. He's kind of clambering behind you. Duncan's still trying to brush the mud off of him.
Duncan should have taken bath.
Yeah, he's all right now. Blodgett. You see the door 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe 50, 55 feet away from you.
Okay. I will go on ahead and move up my max range then. I'm assuming, what, 30, 25?
Let's see, you could actually make it all the way to the door on this one if you wanted to.
Okay. If that's allowable, then that's what I'll do. I'll go up and start investigating the door. Listening for sounds, checking for traps, looking for locks.
Okay. So that'll get you to right about there. Now, you're checking for traps, you're looking for anything as you go along, so it's going to take you a little bit longer to do that thoroughly if you're going from there to there. So, but you're scanning the scene.
I start the process when I get to the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll me a d20 real quick.
Shithead fan.
Oh, not good. 2.
Okay. Well, you get up to the door from where you're at. You still think you're hiding in the shadows as well.
Okay.
You get right to that point right there. And Aldemar, you're up.
I'm gonna follow after.
Yeah, he's kind of like scouting along.
All right, I'm gonna keep following him.
Okay. Right about there. Let's see. Actually, Aldemar, you're a little bit closer. Gray. What do you want to do? That's me, sorry.
Knock it off.
I'm going to move. Nothing is happening at the door. They haven't opened it yet. They're just
they just got up to the you can barely see him up there too, because he's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet ahead of you.
Wow. Yeah, I can't cover that distance. I'm going to go as far up as I can towards them.
Let's push you to right about. I'll give you that. If that's all you're going to do is move, that's fine.
Okay.
Move me up 3 spaces there, 30 feet, if you don't mind. Yeah,
Okay.
right there. Yeah, it's good.
Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, Duncan will follow behind you. And if you want Duncan anywhere else, you let me know, and I'll put him where you want him.
Yeah, he can cover my 6.
Okay. Lupo is next to unencumbered, so he's right behind you guys. Okay. Now then, Blodgett, you get to the door. The door seems to be locked.
Okay.
And hold on one second while I move myself over here. Okay, so you managed to get up to this door. It is a wooden door. It looks fairly well constructed, but it's definitely not it's not new construction. It's probably part of the original. The best you can tell, it's part of the original stockade.
Okay.
And so, what do you do?
I will continue to investigate the door and attempt to unlock it.
Okay.
Assuming I don't perceive any traps or anything else hinky going on with
Thus
it.
far, no.
Or I hear a lot of noise or clamor on the other side of it.
That's what I need to know. Are you listening to the door?
Yes, okay. Most
Roll
definitely.
Roll me a D20, please.
A 17.
There we go. Okay. No sound can be heard behind this door.
Okay.
And give me a perception check real quick.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, the way that it looks to you right now, the from the hinges on the door opens out into the hallway.
Okay.
Okay, so you're fussing with that. Aldemar, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move closer to Bludget.
Okay, so you are here now at the door, and he is kind of like investigating the door, and you see him put his ear to the door, and
I ask him, what do you hear?
okay.
Nothing.
He just shakes his head. Nada.
I ain't found shit.
Okay,
I point to the lock or locking mechanism or whatever to indicate that it's
the hinges are like, see where your character is? The hinges are right on your side, right this side.
yeah. So I point to the hinges and so on and so forth, and just kind of point out the things I've noticed about the door and ready my thief's tools and kind of show them to him. Like, should I?
Okay, Gray, you're next. What do you want to do?
Oh boy, I'm just gonna head as close as I can to them, and oh boy, how wide is the door when it swings open? Which way is it going to swing towards?
Give me a perception check from where you're at.
Jesus, 19.
Okay. The only thing you see Blodgett pointing towards where the hinges are on the door, because you notice what he's saying to Aldemar. He's trying to communicate to Aldemar.
Okay, so the hinges are.
Know that the hinges are on Blodgett's side, and it's clear that the door opens out into the hallway.
Okay, I'm going to move up closer to Aldemar.
So you also see that he puts his ear to the door, and he doesn't hear anything on the other side.
Okay. Is there any space under the door that you might be able to see into, or is it just dark on the other side?
It's dark on the other side. You can't really tell there anyways, because they're both standing in front of it trying to figure out what we're looking at this door.
Okay, I'm going to move over by Aldemar's side so that as the door opens, I'm able to see what's behind it.
Okay. Grot, what are you going to do?
Grout will move forward, but still stay a decent amount of distance away. Maybe one more back. Yeah, right about there. Just to give myself some distance and maneuvering.
Okay.
I got the big pig sticker.
Right there. Put Duncan right about there. Okay. Blodgett, you're up now.
All right, I'll attempt to unlock the door.
Okay. The door is not locked.
Okay.
Yeah, that's convenient.
It's a little like sticky, but you can certainly pull it back. It's got a ring on the opening side that you can pull
Okay.
in towards you.
I pull it just a little. Actually, before I start pulling it open, since I notice it's not locked, I kind of elbow Aldemar and tell him to kind of get ready and show him that I'm going to open the door kind of slowly, pulling it toward me so that he can kind of peer. And then, based on his reaction, I'll either close it or continue to open it. If he gives me the nod that it's good, I'll finish opening it the rest of the way.
Okay. So you open the door, you pull on the ring. You have enough strength to pull it inward. So you pull it this way. At a certain point, right about the quarter of the way, halfway, the door springs open towards you.
Okay.
This is what happens when the doors open. It springs itself open. There comes a low, rumbling, growling noise from the opposite side, and you see what looks like a grizzly bear
growling
down on top of you. It's reared up on its hind legs, and it comes lurching out of the shadows from this hallway.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my!
It is right at you and Aldemar. And it looks like it looks like a giant grizzly bear, and you hear this rumbling, and it comes and smashes into both you and Blodgett. And at the same time,
holy fuck nuts!
That you hear this, that this happens, you hear cries of surprise. Okay, and at that point, Duncan. All right. You hear cries of surprise from behind you. As you do that, this bear smashes into both you and Aldemar I need, let's see. Okay, I need both of you and Aldemar to roll a d20 right now.
Bless you.
All right, roll the 17.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. Aldemar, you take 2 points of damage, and Blodgett, you take 2 points of damage as well.
All right.
So this thing falls on top of you, and it's not moving. It's something. It looks like this big giant bear just falls over on you, and you take actually damage from this thing just kind of pile driving into the both of you. It kind of knocks both of you to your feet from where you're at, and it lays in the center of the hallway right here. Grot, you see from your vantage point, what you see is you see this, what looks like a big giant grizzly bear comes rushing out of this hallway right here. It smashes into these guys, and at the same time, you see this entire passageway flip over. And you see, all of a sudden, you hear these cries of surprise. The cries of surprise were Duncan, Lupo, and Gray being flipped over in this hallway. And now you can sort of hear this from in front of you, but you're still trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
There's a giant bear that is laying right here in front of you. And it's like this.
Oh, it's basically a stuffed bear.
Yes.
All right. So he makes a quick calculation.
Yes.
Is there any way I can do I only have a +1, but can I do a perception to see if I get any? Can I get any logic from what's happening right now?
You only see the. You go ahead and roll.
Roll. Roll. Yeah, roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's just see how well you do.
9 + 1 is 10.
Okay. You have you realize this is a trap of some sort, but it's not like a trap where it's like, oh, you fall down and you get hit by 10-foot spikes or something like that. Something was here that was meant to sort of scare you. Either something was meant to scare you away, or you're not sure what exactly just happened, especially with what happened with the stone floor that's in front of you, because it happened so quick. So at the same time that the bear is coming at these guys, coming at Aldemar and Blodgett, the floor flips over. So it's like the actual whole hallway.
It's like a cantilever. Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Can I see any way to make it move? Like I'm assuming there's like something is up with the floor and shit.
It's almost as if Lupo, and you saw them fall into, as this thing fills over. It's almost like a dump truck kind of thing where it flips over.
Yeah.
There's like another set of stone takes the place of the old set of stone that just dumped out from under, like right from underneath Duncan and Lupo. And
that's why the footprints fucking disappeared. All right.
In their place is this bear.
All right.
That's just fell down right about this area right here. Sorry.
Right, so that's
bear icon. It's right about here.
Yeah. So I'm imagining this and I see this bullshit. So there's some kind of weird flipping in.
Blodgett and Aldemar are like dazed. They just got barreled over. Like, what the hell
stuffed
just
bear?
happened?
It's awesome.
Yeah. Aldemar, Blodgett, you guys look behind you, and the only one you see is Grot.
He's scratching his head. He's like, "What? What fuck happened?"
The other ones get scared and bugger off.
So you're looking for him. You don't know what just happened.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like looking at Aldemar, and I'm like,
you kind of are recovering. You're getting up to your feet, and you're looking, and you see a big giant, what looks like a giant stuffed grizzly bear that's right here. Aldemar and Blodgett, I need you both to roll d20s for me real quick.
6.
Okay. Aldemar, what'd you get? Oh, TJ, what'd you get?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 6.
Wakey, it's time for school.
No, sorry. I was on mute.
So you got a 6 as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 as well. The only thing you guys are seeing right now is there is some sort of track on a ramp up
Mhm.
inside the doorway here, and it looks like it had some like kind of rumble strips, like if you know what rumble strips are.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so that was what was making the growling noise as it was coming out down this kind of this very short ramp,
That's
and it barreled on top of you, and it triggered the trap that was behind you.
Okay.
And now there is like I said, there's a bear, a giant, about
Stuffed bear.
7 foot tall stuffed bear that's laying in right behind you, and you're just sort of beginning to figure this out. So in front of you, Aldemar, you see this as well. There is what looks like a ramp, like a soapbox derby kind of ramp that kind of comes down a little bit, and that was a track on which the bear was set on.
Is it on wheels?
It had like a trolley mechanism underneath.
Oh, I'm gonna hook a rope to it and drag it behind me as a pet. No, not really. No.
No, not really.
How about no?
Really? Really? Okay. Gray and Lupo, actually Gray and Lupo and Duncan, you guys fall into a 10-foot deep pit. Gray,
It's a Sarlacc pit.
Gray, you take 4 points of damage. Lupo has taken 5 points of damage, and Duncan is taking 6 points of damage. Jeez, that was pretty bad.
Jesus Christ! Take more falling damage than anything.
I know. So you fall down. You guys are in pitch blackness right now at the bottom of what seems like about a 10-foot pit, as best as you can tell, and you're kind of recovering. And also, you're in this pit with someone else. There are 4 of you, not 3 of you.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes. And so
I'm going to try to be.
Gray, I'm gonna put you back in so you can see right about where you are, but you are in a pit. And Lupus. And there's someone else is in there, but you can't really see. There's no light whatsoever, and none of you have infravision.
God damn.
Oh fucking fuck. I'm gonna cast.
Not good.
I'm gonna cast a. Where the fuck is it?
And Lupo's like, oh my.
Sacred Flame. As soon as I hear Lupo's mouth open, can I tell the direction that he's in?
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Okay.
Remember, you guys are the pit is about 30 feet wide.
Okay. Oh fuck! I have to have a target first.
30 feet wide, about 10 feet deep. From what you can tell, anyways. Remember, you're trying to get
Find out who it is.
Staring in pitch darkness right now.
Okay. Oh fuck! All right.
It's a monster with teeth and claws.
So do I have?
Give me
draw my weapon. I think I don't. Do I? I lost. Did I lose my hammer? I think I still have my mace.
still have your mace. Your hammer got lost in the shit swamp.
I'm going to
forgot
draw
about that.
my
That's
mace,
funny.
and at the same time I draw my mace, I tell Lupo to back to back, weapon out.
Okay, he's already freaked out anyways, but you can't make out, you can't even see where he is. You can only just sort of like feel like where he would be, and he's right next to you. Duncan, you can tell is probably maybe about 5 or 6 feet away from where you are right now. There, like I said, you feel another presence. You feel another, and something else is there. When you tell Lupo, like, be ready, you hear a voice very close to you, and it sounds kind of like almost like a musical kind of voice. Like, you can't tell what what's actually, what are your languages real quick? Great.
My languages. Oh, go back to my thing here. I should know this. Languages. Oh, fucking Christ. I should have this proficiency. Dwarvish, Elvish, and Goblin are my
Okay.
languages.
You're fairly certain it's Elvish.
Can I make any of it out?
You can hear oh, my head, oh, who's there, who is there, and you can feel like hands on you
Where on me?
from right about here.
With my free hand, judging by where the hands are, I'm going to make an assumption about the arc. Because if you find the arm, you can follow it up to the shoulder to the neck.
Yeah,
So I'm going to do that.
Where there's someone else that was already trapped in that pit with you.
Okay, and they put their hands on me.
Yes.
Oh shit!
I take my left hand, and whichever hand is closest, I follow it until I get a neck.
Okay.
And I grab it. Can I do that?
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
And I say, identify yourself.
Okay. At that point in Elvish, the person says, I am, what the hell's his name? Rothas. And that this is
cool.
Right there.
How did you come to be here?
He doesn't know, actually. He was tossed in here. Actually, I got to squeeze this down.
By a bear.
He was tossed in here by the hobgoblins. He explains to you in Elvish, and nobody else can really understand him. Now, he was part of a party that was here, sent like you guys from the local landlords, the moneyed landowners, to investigate this, and was captured. And this is where he ended up.
How long have you been down here?
He doesn't remember now because he's been in here for so long, and there's no daylight. There's no light in here.
I tell Lupo immediately, water and food for this elf. And then I explain. And I ask if he's injured.
Okay, he says no, he's not. He's just cold. Duncan thinks he knows who he is, too.
Interesting.
How cold is it down here?
It's colder than where you were before, put it that way. Because remember, it was kind of subtropical outside, but now that you're inside, it's much colder and cooler inside here. And of course, you guys are surrounded by 10-foot walls of solid stone, basically.
Okay. Do I have anything? I would assume if I've got an adventuring pack, I've got some sort of blanket or tarp in there or something. Do I have something I can?
But you're doing all of this in the dark, so.
Okay. Well, the bag. Can I? Oh shit! Do I have like a blanket or something in my bag that I could give him?
You have you got your adventuring kit, which has you have a bedroll, yeah.
So I pull that out and I hand it to him and I say, I will need this back when we find you some appropriate coverings.
Okay, so I will leave you guys there at that for the time being. Let's go back to the surface, shall we?
Oh, shit.
Alvar, Blodgett, and Grot, you hear nothing. You hear maybe just barely like That's about all you can hear.
Coming from the floor area?
Coming from the floor.
So we can barely hear something.
Grot, you are the only one who saw this happen. Aldemar and Blodgett have no fucking clue what
okay. So there
the hell just happened here.
So there all right, so to set this scene here, there's a stuffed bear thing on the floor.
The stuffed bear about here.
All right. And have these guys regained their feet?
Yeah, they're up on their feet. They're trying to make heads or tails of what just happened.
So I say you hear muffled voice coming from Floor. Floor did weird flip, and everyone else tumbled down.
Okay, so
Blodgett
doesn't seem to be making much sense, Blodgett, but he's saying floor.
There's a floor flip.
I think perhaps maybe a trap had opened up beneath these guys, but it's almost as if they just simply disappeared.
Okay, I will, shaking my head, trying to get the stars to fade away. We'll start kind of looking around on the floor to see if I can find any kind of line or crease or something that shows where the floor is segmented in some way that it would have flipped, which Grot keeps saying floor flip. So I don't know if it's the floor really flipped or it's the absence that Grot's been drinking. But anyway, I'm kind of trying to look to see if I can figure out what it is he was trying to tell me about the floor.
So you're trying to figure out just what happened with you figure there's something like these guys fell through the floor and you're
right.
Not
so I'm trying to find a panel or
happened
patch or some kind of segment that can indicate what it is that flipped, as Grot keeps saying.
You're feeling around the edges. It's a very well-made trap.
Okay.
You can tell something happened. Clearly something happened to the guys, right? So you're looking for
Okay.
this. You're trying to find a seam
Mm-hmm.
in the floor, and it's very difficult to find the seam in the any kind of seam in the floor because remember according to Grat, they fell through, but you're not finding like any like where there could be a pit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Aldemar, what are you doing? You see Blodgett kind of fumbling around on the ground looking for some kind of seam for where this trap could be.
So I'm asking him, what are you looking for?
I explained to him what I think happened based on what Grot's trying to tell us is that there's some kind of trap here and that it either dropped out, flipped over, or in some way changed so that
floor spun.
our party members are now beneath us somewhere. And I'm trying to figure out where it is, how big it is.
I'm going to tap the floor with my sword where like the area is that flipped over. That 20-foot section right behind between us
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Blodgett, the bear is right about this section right here.
Okay.
And Aldemar, you see the bear is right here. The stuffed bear is right there. And you see Blodgett kind of fumbling around on the ground, like using fingers, trying to find a seam. You see Grot on the opposite side, like about 20 feet away from you. And he's like tapping on the ground with his sword.
I'm going to roll for perception.
Okay.
So total 19.
19. Okay. You're confused as to what it is that they're doing. Because right now you're just like, you're looking at this bear going like, is it alive? What is this thing? It's basically a stuffed bear. It's going like this and sitting in front of you. Roll me another D20 real quick.
13.
Okay. You notice that you look at the bear's eyes and they look like there are like glass of some sort. There's some sort of like, maybe they've been, taxidermy is what it is in this. But the eyes look like they're crossed in the bear. Ooh. Like the eyes are cross-eyed. Like one is looking straight and the other one is kind of cocked in a little.
That's funny.
They move.
Yeah.
Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
That's what you get for a 13, Aldemar.
Crossed eyes.
Use it, but you do notice there's something a little strange about the eyes in the bear. Blodgett, roll me another D20 real quick.
A 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
You're still looking around and you think you see a seam, but then the seam ends at the wall. Like wall. Like let's just say this side of the wall right here is where you're kind of looking. And the seam, what you think is a seam continues up the wall.
So the wall moves.
Grot, you're tapping on this thing and nothing is moving. It looks like it is. It looks like it was just masonry right there.
I wonder what the trigger was. Grat wonder what trigger is. Something triggered.
Well, as long as no one's standing in it, we might be able to try the door. My only concern is we could drop a bear down on our companions below.
So apparently the bear isn't heavy enough to set off the trap.
Yeah, it's laying right on top of it.
Yeah. So I wonder if opening the door isn't open, is it?
It's open.
Yeah, it's open.
In fact, it sprung outwards once Blodgett pulled it past a certain point. It went.
Yeah, my next.
Grat say shut door.
I look at Aldemar and it's like
shut door.
It's possible it's the trigger. That was my next thought. So, do you want to give this a try and watch what happens?
Hold on to bear.
But there's a chance the bear's going to drop down on our friends.
That'd be funny, actually. Surf
what
bear down.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's what you're talking. You guys are sort of
You want Grat to grab the bear?
40 feet away from 30 feet away from you.
I'll grab the bear and pull it towards me just to get it out of the way.
Okay, so to do so, you're gonna have to come a little bit. You're gonna have to go over where it was.
Just lean over and then pull it backwards.
Well, you put a little weight on it, and it's solid, absolutely solid. So you can drag the bear across.
All right, I'll drag the bear 20 feet back.
Right, yeah. So the bear's right about right here.
I stand it up next to me.
Okay, seriously stands like 7 feet tall. So
Grad have a new friend.
All right.
Remove the bear. Grot, you also notice the eyes are a little like meh. Like, who put this thing together kind of thing.
Grant liked this guy. This guy
it
good.
looks like it was like kind of like half-assed put together, but the eyes look a little strange to you too. Like they're glass, or they're kind of like set in there. One's off and the other one's like staring straight ahead.
I patted on the back.
Okay. All right.
Grad, be good friend.
So Aldemar, what are you doing? Grot pulled the bear across towards where he is. Now that area where those guys had fallen down is clear.
All right.
Pit free.
So what about the door?
Okay.
Shut door.
So the door right now, you look at the door and it is slack in the hinge. So it's kind of like
Nah.
Oh,
like so.
the door is slack.
It's adorable. See. I'm gonna open it with my hand.
already open. It's wide open. It's
Shut it.
dangling
All
right now.
All right. I'm gonna reach for my. I'm gonna put my hand on the hilt of my sword
Mhm.
as I walk through the door.
So you're gonna walk through here to there.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh,
It's quite into you.
And let's do something. Okay. So you see a very large room inside here. Very, very large. And you see a table. And let's see. That's good enough. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, the room beyond this door appears to have once been in front of. Oh, excuse me. The room beyond this door appears to have once been in front of the door. Oh, what's been in? Looks like
the stuffed bear.
Yeah, in front of the door is a wooden ramp. So you have to kind of push past this wooden ramp. Like I said, that's what the bear came tumbling down. Okay. So there's a wooden ramp there. There's a crude wooden table across from you, and a box has been placed near the center of the room to serve as a desk. Several casks stand about the room, as does an old leather chest. There is a fireplace on the east side of the room with just a little bit of smoldering like embers that are in it, and it has wood piled beside it. The door to the north, there's a door to the north and the door to the south. Okay, the door to the south, there's a door to the north and there's a door to the south from what you can see. So I'm just going to give you the whole room right here.
cool. Place to rest. Grat take nap. Use bear as bed.
Girls. There we go.
So Grot may want to use the bear as a wedge if we can activate that trap floor again.
That's what Grat think. That's why he have weird eye.
So this is what you see, Aldemar, when you go into this room. There's appears to be a door up this end.
Oh, it's adorable.
There's some tons over here. This is where the box that serves as a desk is. There's a fireplace right here.
Is the fireplace? Oh, I can't see. Never mind.
No.
You can't see it anyways, but I'll tell you anyways. Aldemar, it has embers in it, but it doesn't look as if it's been used recently. So there was where you're at right now, Aldemar. That's where the track is, where the ramp for the bear came down. Okay.
Ah.
All right. Grot just said something about the bear having a weird eye. I'm Blodge. It's asking him like what, like gemstones or anything of
look like
value?
glass eye.
Well, what's the weird?
One eye look normal, one eye look away.
Have you tried moving it?
No.
Fix it.
I'll reach up and try to fix the weird eye.
All right, Blodgett, while you're asking him this, you notice that the reason why you didn't catch the trap going in is because the seam is on the sides of the walls,
Okay.
not on the floor.
All right.
So well hidden on the floor that you missed it, but on the sides of the walls is where the seam for the flip is.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good enough. Gray, Lupo, Duncan, and Rothos. I hope I'm saying that right. You guys are trapped in this pit. It's pitch dark inside there. So you can barely hear like footsteps and like muffled, very faint muffled voices above you.
Barely.
So Gray, you managed to in some way like put a blanket around Rothos. Okay, so he's warm. He's got warmed up a little bit, and you can see. You can't see really anything in this room right now. It's just pitch black, and all you can hear is you're just sort of fumbling around trying to see things. Now, Rothos has infravision, so he can like see you guys as heat signatures, but he can't like tell what you look like, and he can't. The other thing, one thing that that they never tell you in Dungeons and Dragons is that you can't read anything with infravision because the writing doesn't give off any heat signatures.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you're down in the hole.
Okay, so I am going to ask Rothos if he is attempted to escape, if he has any ideas how we might get out.
He has no idea. Again, he was knocked unconscious at some point and woke up inside of this pit. At about the time that you're asking him this, you see sparks coming from over where Lupo is. And you hear this kind of, and you see him trying to, in some way, like light some kind of tinder, like a flint, like with flint, so that he can get the bullseye lantern on. So he's trying to get it. He's trying to get the lantern started.
Do I see this?
No, none of you guys see any of this. Only Gray sees this right now.
Probably hear it.
If I start making my way around the walls, what do I feel?
Okay, you feel cold stone, just basic, like hard stone. It looks like it's been worked in some way. It's like masonry that has been worked, but it's basically just cold hard stone that's in there.
So I'm going to ask Rothos if he can see the ceiling, if he knows how high it is, and if there seems to be any...
he'll tell you right now he doesn't even know where he's been for or as long as he's been inside of this plane, because remember, it's cold. He can't see.
Oh fuck, that's right, because the infravision is the heat.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how deep the pit is even.
Shit.
Do I hear Lupo clapping trying to light the thing?
No, you don't hear. You certainly don't hear that. You can only hear bass. The very faintest little bass sounds like conversation from below.
We couldn't have fallen too far. We would have to have some sense of how far we've fallen.
You got hurt, but you didn't break any bones. Put it that way.
Does Lupo still have that stick?
Yes.
How long is it?
It's about, what do we say, 7 feet, 8 feet long?
I take it from him and I reach up trying to see if I can reach the ceiling. And I'm
you can tap it. You can tap the ceiling with the metal pole.
Okay. I bang it 3 times as hard as I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blodgett and Grot, you guys hear this on the bottom of the well, actually from the bottom, or a sound coming from the stone where you think the pit trap is.
Okay.
I slam my foot on the stone 3 times in response.
Okay. Gray, you hear kind of like a low kind of thud, thud, thud.
Okay, so I'm going to do 4 times. 1, 2, 3, pause, 4.
Okay, Blodgett, you guys hear this tap, 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 tap.
I do the same thing back.
Okay. Gray, you hear the same thing back from Grot.
One
So
ping
we know you're
only.
there.
One ping for
Okay.
silly. One ping only.
One for you,
one
one for
only.
me. Two for me, and one, two for you.
Blodgett, you figured out the mechanism for this thing, and you figured out that the way to do this is you're going to have to find some way to open that pit
Mhm.
and at least wedge it open enough for them to get out, to crawl them, to pull themselves out. And you'll also have to find some way to pull them up and out of it. But the trick is going to be like putting enough weight and enough pressure on this thing so that you can even wedge it open slightly so that they can get out of it.
Okay.
Because remember, it's the whole passageway.
All right.
It tilts.
Aldemar, this is what you see, and you see these guys tapping and stomping, and looks like they're dancing and from behind you.
Swing your partner round and round.
Round. Kick in the face and punch in the
Real quick
face.
to,
Dozy do. Step on his toes. Listen to him squeal.
I mentioned to Lupo, that's them. They know we're here. They're working on getting us out.
I'm kind of Aldemar is speechless because he's a stoic guy who thinks dancing is,
yeah,
All
right.
right, so what are you doing, Aldemar? You're right there.
I'm walking past all of them and like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
So in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't go too far. Shit.
So there's a table right here with something on top of it. And you also notice that there are some barrels over here. There is a door this way. There is a fireplace here. And then there is another door that goes this way.
Barrels. What are they full of?
I don't know. Do you want to go investigate?
Yes. Let's go check it out. There might be some ale there, or some rum if.
Some cheese, ale and cheese. Save some for Gret.
Yeah.
Aldemar's going that way. Blodgett, what are you doing?
Trying to see if I can figure out some way of getting that to wedge open somehow. If there's some way we can use
Roll
the
me a D20 real quick.
Maybe we can use the bear. My buddy the bear.
16.
16. Okay. Well, you're smart enough to figure this out. Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, the party's trapped in this pit somehow. Okay.
Mhm.
It looks as if you're going to have to at least partially flip the wall and the floor again. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're going to have to jam them open clearly so that they can find their way out. And so the other thing that you think might work is if you could find some way to pull the wall from one side, from the side where the seam is, where you found it,
Mhm.
so that you can pull it open so that they can so it will flip the entire passage so that they can like walk out of it or climb out of it.
Okay. In very simple terms, I tried to explain to Grot, we need pull wall from this way, this way.
Gret, not that dumb. Stop that. Room flip, yes. No, I see. Not good at explaining, but I understand mechanic.
Okay, well, we need to figure out some way to do this. Do you think you might be strong enough to do this, or if we get Adamar to help, you and Adamar would be strong enough to do this?
Probably. Where would we need to be to flip the room?
You'd have to be on the side of where the pit opens, which is you see where Rothus and Gray and all them, that would form like the square right there.
Okay.
And you would have to find a way to pull the opposite wall, which is down here, over. So the possibility, Blodgett thinks this to himself, you could possibly put some sort of spike in the wall right there to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to also have to find some way like to put a rope around that spike, pull it. And then Blodgett, you will have to deftly insert some kind of other spike or whatever to sort of wedge the opening open enough for them to climb out.
We could like wheel the bear and stuff it in the crack.
The bear is not going to do anything but be an obstacle and a hindrance to you if that's what you decide you want to do.
God damn it. I like this bear.
Damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, bear. All right. So I'll move the bear back a little bit out of the way. So Blodgett pretty much explains this whole lever whole thing. Yeah. So I do have spikes and rope in my pack. Okay. So I'm going to pound a nail. I'm going to pound one of those spikes where where the Duncan wall section of the wall is.
Okay. Now, Blodgett, you're the only one smart enough to figure this out. That's gonna make a lot of noise. So, yeah. Just saying. Okay, so Grot, you managed to smash a spike right into this area here. Wrap a rope around it, and it looks like you might be able to pull. What's your strength? Your strength is what?
20, 21.
Okay, you can just barely pull this thing. So kind of like
blowing out my left nut. All right, I'm gonna pull this.
As Grot does that, you see the ceiling above you, like you see some light, kind of like from the creases of the top of the ceiling, kind of like.
Can I get that post up into where that crease is?
You could if you could coordinate it with them, but even still, it's not. You figure that it's probably not as it's not wide enough to really make an efficient wedge.
Okay.
I see this going on too. So,
okay.
I tell everybody to look up, keep your eyes open, watch out in case anything falls through.
Okay.
I kind of quietly yell for Adamar. Hey,
you, nature boy, come over here.
The politically correct term is mouthful, but no, never mind. What do you want, boy?
Jesus.
Okay. Aldemar, as you get over to, let me get this. As you're passing over here, you notice that there's a chest on this desk right here as you're on your way over to check out these barrels. And you hear Blodgett going, hey.
Yeah. What do you want?
What are you going to do? So you hear this. Yeah. What do you want?
See?
See? You dirty whore.
You dirty horse.
We think we have a way of getting our companions out. Grot needs a little bit of help on the rope.
All right. Well, why don't you say so? So I come over. I head down and go to join them.
Okay. So as you're coming back and you're coming this way, you notice that there's a lever on the door on the side of the wall here, and it's next to the door.
What's that?
Okay.
What's that?
You find a 7-foot lever. It looks as if it is bent down and it's held in place.
Okay, so I turn to them and say, "Hey guys, I see a huge lever next to me.
Wonder if that's
what do you think? It may either, gain access to where we want to go, or the ceiling will start to come down with a bunch of pointed spikes."
So it's right about here. And you also notice this, Aldemar, that it is awfully close to the ramp that you just blew by a few minutes ago.
Oh. What do you think, guys?
What position is the lever? Is it facing downwards or upwards?
It is a 7-foot lever and has been bent down, and it looked like at some point it had been held in place by the bear or the trap.
Fucking bear. No wonder its eyes all fucked up. All right. Well, I'm pulling the rope, so I don't know what's going on.
I motion for Grot to ease up on the rope. Hold on. We may have found a way of opening it from the office. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna ease the. So
Okay,
I guess great.
It kind of wedges back and it like fits like absolutely perfectly in the wall.
Sorry, guys.
You hear Aldemar says that there's a lever. Hey, there's a lever over here.
I said we give it a try.
You come over here. You see the lever is down. It's bent down.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as if you figure this out, because you, being the thief that you are, that the lever was tripped when you opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
The bear went down it. So now it is in the down position.
Gotta push it in the up position and flip the.
Yep.
Flip the.
I say it's worth a try because.
Do you need Grad to help, or do you think you can do it by yourself?
How much force is required?
You can push it up.
All right, I endeavor to do so.
I'm
Okay.
going to move back.
You push it up, Grot, and at that same time, you kind of see the seam in the floor kind of gives a little bit.
Okay, it working. I'm going to step back a little more. It work.
Okay.
Okay. So now that you push the lever up, Grot, you are going to pull on the pin, pull on the rope, and it opens the you can see the pit opens up like ever so slightly, still heavy as hell, but you have enough strength just to get probably a good 4 or 5 feet for these guys to sort of crawl through.
All right. I'm gonna.
The trick now is they're down in a pit, and you're the one pulling the thing.
Adamar, do you have any
You
rope?
could use an extra hand. Just put it
Yeah,
down.
I need a Grat need help here.
I got
a little help over here.
Gray, you can see what looks like the ceiling of the pit is opening, like it's kind of folding downwards.
Okay.
I yelled down, "You bastards, okay?"
You can hear them now.
okay.
You all right down there?
This time that Lupo gets the lantern started, and now you can see each other, and you see Rothas across from you. He's an elf. Looks like he is a magic user of some variety, and so you have a dim light from the bullseye lantern that he has going right now. You can now see that you are in about a 30-foot by 30-foot pit. A trap of some sorts. There are some bones and a few things down at the bottom of the pit, but nothing else. And then you can see how the mechanism works and what you just fell in, and that you can barely see Grot kind of like pulling on what looks like some kind of rope and trying to open the ceiling from your vantage point. It looks like the ceiling is sort of like rotated open.
There's nothing by any of the bones, no clothes, weapons, anything that
No, nothing of value is in it. Just it looks as if this might have been someplace where they would just like put prisoners or just leave them there.
Wow. Okay.
And they turned it into a trap of some sorts. Okay, Blodgett, you see all this going on. You've got the lever up, and you're kind of like, you've got your hands full. Grot has his hands full. So, Aldemar, you notice all this stuff going on. What are you going to do?
Oh, gee, it's like you guys need an extra hand and some rope.
Mm.
Yeah. Help, Grat.
I'm sorry, what? I can't understand the half-breed over there.
Help, Grat.
All right.
From around the corner. You don't even see him from where you're at right now.
All right, you dumb orc. I come over with my rope. I'll help you out.
Okay. So, Aldemar eventually gets you guys out. Gray, you crawl out. Rothas, you crawl out. Lupo, you crawl out. And Duncan crawls out as well. So you manage to get out of this trap.
Right, and Grat's limping
on this side of it. And eventually, once you are out, Grot, you're going to have to release the floor/ceiling, and then it slips back in place. Blodgett, you're going to have to leave the lever. Now has to go down to lock it in place.
All right.
Figured this whole thing out. And Duncan Gray, Duncan and Gray look over. You see this big giant stuffed bear standing on its hind legs.
I pat it and I say, "This Sid."
Yeah. So the big giant bear is right about here, and you guys are right here. Let's see, Grot, what do? You let it slide back into place.
Yep, and I'm leaving the spike there, but I'm going to take my rope.
Okay.
And I'm going to push the bear forward.
Okay, you push the bear forward. It kind of goes up ahead.
All right.
Oops, there you are.
Grat, take bear with him.
Okay, so the bear.
I'm gonna beat these goblins to death with this bear. So that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, Blodgett, you are there. Aldemar, you are here. There's a room in front of you.
Take the bear. See,
you managed to step past the ramp. Okay, let's see, Blodgett, I'm going to move you into about here. Aldemar, you in so everybody can sort of get into this room. The room is empty, and there is only just sort of the embers of a fire in the fireplace. Lupo has the lantern. He takes the metal rod away from you, Gray, so he can put it on the top. Rothas is here just so we can push Amos in next time. And we've got Duncan over here. And Grot, you are here and pushing the stuffed bear along with you. Okay, so you're carrying this
I'm taking this stuffed bear with me. I'm gonna kill people with it.
stuffed bear on a trolley.
I'm taking this fucking bear.
Awesome.
It's beautiful.
Can't bear to be without it.
That's right.
Let's
It's barely bearable.
Okay, so you've got the bear there. Blodgett's there. Aldemar is there. Let's start with Blodgett. What do you do?
I'll move into the room, going over by the desk to start looking around.
Okay.
Investigate the contents on the desk.
Okay. It looks as if this is in some way. It looks that there's like some kind of paperwork that's on here,
Okay.
written in a language you don't even understand.
All right.
Like chicken scratch for all you can tell as to what it is. Okay. So
All right.
let's see. There's a fireplace on the east side of the room with the wood piled beside it.
Mm-hmm.
Door to the north, door to the south. Let's see. So I'll read this to you. The hall trap was activated by pulling the molding on the right side of the western door into the room, letting it spring back. That was the spring action. And you found the lever. That's fine. Okay, this room looks as if it is used once in a while. You can see that on the top of the desk there, there is a box on the floor that is next to it. And there is a chest and some casks that are, the casks are empty, by the way. There's a chest that is over there that is also empty. The only thing that looks of interest is the box that's on the floor next to this other, like you see this box right here, and there's this desk right here, from what you're seeing, and you managed to find a sack that is underneath that desk. Sack. Okay.
All right.
Okay, and in there you find 50 gold pieces that are in that sack.
Awesome.
And suddenly Sled comes out of nowhere and takes it all and runs away.
So you've got this stack of full of change there, and it looks as if there are some papers and something has been there've been some kind of ledger. Maybe that's the best you can make of it. That is at this desk right here.
All right. I'll kind of wave the papers over at Gray and Lupo and tell them these might be important. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of them, but you might.
Okay, Gray. What do you do?
I look at them. Do I recognize the writing or the language?
No, not even in the slightest. It looks like some kind of chicken scratch. It's possible that it's one of the older languages. It might be Goblinoid, as far as you can tell.
Well, I've got Elven, Dwarvish, and Goblin. So if it's Goblinoid, I might not be able to read it if it's older, but
it looks as if it could be the written form of some kind of goblinish. And your best assumption is, of course, that it's hobgoblin because that's all you've encountered thus far. So,
would we be able to fit it all in a pack if we take it with us? Might be important evidence for the nobles.
Can I read it?
No, not really. You can tell that it's some kind of a ledger. Like you can tell that what the numbers are, like as if there might be receipts or something, or it might be some kind of payment. You're not really sure.
Does Grot read?
Not this language.
Common and orc.
Okay.
Aldemar,
what if Rothus casts a spell to read it?
True. Aldemar, you're right here. What are you going to do?
I'm going to roll for a perception.
Okay.
15 total.
What specifically are you looking for?
I'm trying to read this stuff on the table.
Okay, so you're over here too. You can't read it any better than they can. You do notice something shiny in the wood pile that's over here, though. That's your perception check.
I've got the tongues spell, but I don't have anything for written languages.
I do have something for written languages.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I cast it?
Yes. What is it?
Comprehend languages.
You got it. Okay.
Nice.
So I cast that.
Okay.
I
And you can tell that this is, and it's because you're a greedy little thief. You can tell that these are payments. This is like some sort of like it's payday. They're paying off their soldiers. It's basically payday checks, more or less, for lack of a better word.
Oh, it's payroll.
Payroll.
Well, technically, I'm the only one that can read it, isn't it?
Yeah,
With the
you're the
spell,
only one.
Yeah.
You're the only one that knows this. You can tell that it is payroll of some sorts, and you've put two and two
thief doesn't
together.
know that.
The sack of gold that you have was probably going to be the payment at some point.
Wait, Aldemar has the
sack
gold.
of gold?
All right. Give me a perception check, Blodgett, really quick.
Sure. 13.
Okay. You can understand this too, Rothas. You're right there. Hold on, let me put you up there real quick. And so you can understand what's going on. You're the only one that gets this, but Blodgett, you also now notice that the fire in the fireplace is still smoldering. Meaning,
That's odd.
that's odd.
Somebody was here recently.
Yes, it is. Okay. Rothas, thank you for joining us. You're right here. Blodgett's going to be Robert's going to play Blodgett as a thief for the time being.
Yep.
So there you are. You guys are right there. Rothas, you were freed from this pit trap. You were actually part of a party that was sent, not unlike these guys, to investigate the slave lords in the stockade here. You were knocked out, let's just say, and most all of your party, with the exception of Duncan. Duncan knows who you are because he was part of your original party himself, who were hired by other like landowners and nobles to come and check this stuff out. So you are familiar with Duncan. He's kind of like man at arms, put it that way. And so he's a fighter. You know everybody else that's you've been introduced to everybody else that's around here. So you're the only besides Blodgett, you're the only non-human that's part of this. Well, I guess Gray is, or Grot is too. So, but everybody's kind of looking at you a little strange because elves are very rare in this world in Greyhawk. So you guys are trying to figure this out. Rothas, you figure out that this is a payroll of some sorts and that they were using the money that you now see Blodgett kind of like picking up in this sack to pay off the troops. You're the one who knows this too.
So I'm kind of looking through it and I'm kind of mouthing like the numbers and who's getting paid for what. And I'm kind of reading it off in common to everyone else, like translating it. Like
any names that we might recognize, any nobles, anybody?
No, all the names. In fact, all the names he's having trouble pronouncing because they're all goblin. It sounds like very guttural, like they're very goblin names.
Like he's trying to hawk up.
Definitely not
Brad know any
names.
I'm a little bit. We'll just say I'm a little bit bothered because these are such disgusting names. I'll just say.
Yeah. Would Brett recognize any of these names?
No.
Okay.
They sound like they just sound like what goblins or hobgoblins or even orcs would call themselves anyways, like, big badass, in goblin, like they have very puffed up names to inflate their standing. Aldemar, you notice that there's something shiny-ish in the wood pile that's over here.
All right, I'm gonna go over and look at it.
Okay. So you're on your way over here. Let me grab this. So that's the wood pile. Oh, and there's a cask right there. And Aldemar, you are right here. And what caught your eye what looks like a very long, kind of almost like a butter knife with a little bit of a fork at the end of it. Like maybe they were using this thing to poke fires, like like a fire poker or a stoker of some sorts. But it is like, you can tell just looking at it, it is solid silver. And it's about maybe 2.5 feet long. And it's stuck into, it's like wedged into the pile of wood that's right there.
I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay. It is. It looks like it might have been some kind of eating utensil for a very large thing, a very large humanoid. but it is solid silver. You figure it's worth about 25 gold pieces.
I'm going to throw it on the table and say,
Okay.
well,
All right, so Aldemar comes back over here while you guys are trying to figure out what the names are, and he tosses this big piece of silver like poker. It clatters onto the desk.
That'll buy a few drinks.
It looks like it's solid silver.
Is it? It looks like an eating utensil or something.
Possibly for something very big.
Or a weapon, maybe.
It doesn't. The only thing that could be used as a weapon is the two prongs that are on the top of it.
Oh, okay. What are is there any debris clinging to the prongs?
No, well, I mean, other than like it's been burned. It's like a little bit of carbon on the end, like a.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Poker.
All right, so it's some big pig sticker,
Or some noble's carving fork or something.
maybe. Yeah, well, I'd leave it on the table.
It looks like it was. If it's a eating utensil, it's for a very big hand.
That not good.
No, but it has some value to you. It's silver, so.
So it's laying on the desk right now.
All right, Grad will put it in his pack. Have it stick out of his pack.
Okay,
like a fishing rod or some shit.
put it in. It's not that, it's. I mean, it's not big.
Okay, you can always use it as a makeshift weapon.
So you have the fork. You have the big giant fork. You
I
get
got the big fork.
Yes,
The big fork. I'll write that down. Big fork.
Big silver fork.
Big fork. Oh.
Okay, so let's go around the horn here. That was Aldemar, so let's go with Gray. Gray, you're next. What are you going to do?
Going over by the fire with the warmth, can I? Well, you know what? Let me ask Aldemar because he would have a better idea. Aldemar, based on the warmth left in this fire and what you can tell from the type of wood and the coals, how long has it been since somebody has been in this room?
I'm going to roll for perception.
All right, you do that.
19.
19. Well, even Gray is smart enough to figure out that it's probably been hours.
For how long?
How
long?
Maybe like you judging from what you can tell. It's
Feel
hard
the
to
coals.
you don't know how much like wood they threw on the fire.
I'm gonna put my hand in the fire or like the coals.
It's still smoldering. It's
Okay.
it's not. It's probably if they threw a log on it and it burned a whole log, maybe 3 hours.
Okay. It's been a couple hours, not too long. Whoever was here, they left shortly.
Okay, great.
So,
That's what he answers you.
so if this is a room that they used frequently, we should probably keep moving. Obviously, they didn't go for the other direction, so is the only opening that door up on the north?
No, there's two doors. There's one in the north, and then there's one down here in the south.
Okay, I didn't see that one. I'm going to go and listen by the door up in the north.
Okay, so you're going up there. All right. Let's see. Blodgett, you're next. What are you going to do? Gray's going up here to look at this.
He's going to look up at the door to the north. Well, I suppose I will finish looking around the room and maybe check out the door to the south.
So you're going to look at the door in the south.
Oh, I didn't know there was a door there.
There you go. Rothos, you have been reading all of these horrible names. It's just so offensive to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the ledger down, and by the way, Lupo still has his little lantern lit up or something, right?
Yes. He's got it on the staff right now. That's actually the only light other than the dying embers of the fire right now that's in the.
Oh, so this room isn't really well lit without that torch.
No.
Okay.
It would be if you put a log on the fire probably, but he's got a bullseye lantern that pretty much can open up.
But there's only embers in there. There's no other wood in
No.
there.
There is a stack of wood on the side right here, which is where Aldemar found the water.
Throw a log on the fire.
So So I'll walk over and I'll grab a few logs and I throw it in.
In the fire.
And I cast the cantrip prestidigitation and light them.
Okay. So now you've got a fire going.
Nice.
And it's a fireplace, and it looks as if it's just like a regular, flue kind of thing. That's right there. And you get a good fire going like in next to no time because you cast a magic spell to get it to go.
Cool.
So now you have the fire going. You're much warmer now because you were freezing your ass off in that pit, and now you got some light from that fire.
I look over to Lupo's torch, and then because prestidigitation can also put out a flame, a
Mhm.
small enough one.
Mhm.
So he casts it to put it out and say, "Save that for later."
Okay.
Cool.
Looks up at it. He's like, "Oh,
Wish I could do that.
how did you do that?"
Huh?
By the way, Lupo is looking at you like you are magic, like you are an alien, like he's never his entire life. So, and he just met his first half orc not too long ago, and his first halfling too. So
That's right.
all right, Aldemar, you're up. What are you gonna do? You're at the table right there. Rothos has just thrown a couple logs on the fire, fired it up, and extinguished the bullseye lantern. Gray is going up here. You're at the side of the table. Blodgett's gone down to the south door. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go up with Gray.
You go up there to go investigate and check that door. Grot, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm hanging out with Sid the bear. You're gonna have to. You're gonna need to come up with a token for him because I'm carrying him around for a while. So he.
Did you ever figure out what's up with that eye?
I is good. I like it way is. I is fine.
Okay.
So I'm just taking a look and watching what everyone's doing.
Grot, roll me a d20.
All right.
Duncan's kind of looking at. He's there with you, kind of checking out the bear as well.
A natural 15.
Natural 15.
Yes.
You notice that the eye that is crossed is loose in the skull or the head of the bear.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna very gently pluck it out.
Okay. It pops out in your hand, and it's like a glass eye, but you notice that there's something behind the eye in the skull of the bear.
Can I tell what it is just by glancing?
It looks like it's some kind of small vial or like a small kind of like a bottle, like a metal bottle.
Oh, I will gently, as gently as Grat can. Grat will remove the metal bottle.
Okay. So you pull it out, and you have like it looks like almost like a bottle about yay. You can see me here about yay.
Yeah.
Whole bottle, and there, and it's got a metal stopper in the top of it as well.
Okay, I will unstopper the stopper and sniff because I know what a healing potion smells like.
Okay. It doesn't smell like a healing potion, but it seems like it is some kind of like maybe it might be an oil or a waxy substance that is inside of the thing, or inside of the container, the metal.
Okay. Okay. So the metal containers.
It's like an oil, or like I don't say it's Vaseline. It's not Vaseline, it's like an oil of.
God.
There's some kind of oil that's inside of this thing.
Okay. Is the metal? Is there any engraving on the metal bottle at all?
No, just it's just like a flat, almost like a copper colored metal.
Okay. I'm gonna
in there, and clearly it has been stuffed in there for some reason.
Gotcha. And there's nothing else in the skull, the eye that's there.
No, it's completely empty after that, and in the other eye is just a glass eye as well.
All right, I'm gonna try to put the eye back, and then if I still, I can put the eye back instead.
I better put this back.
put that back. He's got to look okay when I beat goblins to death with it. Now, am I aware of Rothus?
Rothus.
Yes.
Rothus.
Yes.
I'm just going to completely butcher your name
because there's not orcs and elves don't get along too well.
All right, so I'm
a little hesitant around you.
I have been ignoring Grat this whole time.
Yeah, Grat is a half orc, not an entire orc, but still.
Yeah.
Bad enough.
Grat's a good lad. Rothus, your name Rothus?
Yes, he kind of like gives you a little bit of an awkward side eye, like, you talking to me?
Yes, you only Rothus in room. You part of party now, so we automatically wary friends. You'll need to prove yourself to group, but you are here and we help you. So I have favor. I save you from pit. I have favor. Can you?
Duncan kind of intervenes a little too because Duncan knows Rothus from before because he was part of the original party that his party got captured. So he's kind of like, oh, Rothus is a good guy, you know.
Okay. All right. So any friend of Duncan is friend of Grat. So can you look at Grat? Grat find this in Barehead behind eye. Can you maybe you tell what this is?
So he's holding up what looks like very small, like it's a metal, for lack of a better word, it's a metal vial of some kind with a metal stopper in it. It's almost like almost like a perfume bottle, but metal, made out of metal.
So I take it from him and I just look at it. Is it like a screw top or like a pop top?
No, it's like it just slides up and down and just pops out and that's it. And then inside,
so I pop it off, and I kind of, I don't know, give it a sniff.
Okay, it smells kind of like musky, kind of like a patchouli oil kind of thing. It's definitely there's an oily substance that's inside of this thing.
Is there any sort of check that I can do on it to determine if it's a potion or anything?
Well, it's too small to be a potion, but it doesn't look as if it's like something that would be you would like whip it down like a tequila shot or something like that. It's let's see. It is you know that it's not a potion. Let's just put it that way. Roll me a d20 real quick.
Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20. It definitely it has a magical dwemer to it. There's something that's magical.
Right here.
Yeah, I believe it. It has a magical dwemer on the substance that's in it. The container itself is not magical, but the stuff that's in it is.
Because I do have proficiency in Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a natural 20 either way. Okay. I have no other way to investigate it.
Okay. Since you have proficiency, you have Arcana. I'll give you this. I'll allow it. You can tell that it is in some way a proof against poison. It has something to do with poison.
But it is not poison.
No, it itself is not. No, but it is some kind of defense or some kind of protection against poison.
So it's castor oil.
Yeah. Exactly.
I put the cap back on and I hand it back to Grat.
Okay.
I guess it might help you with poison if you ever, but I don't know what kind.
That good. Thank you. I'm Grat appreciate that. Grat's going to tuck it in his belt pouch.
Okay. They have that. It's definitely don't drink it.
I didn't think so. It'd be
you
something
might
I would maybe
apply it to yourself.
I was going to say apply it. Yeah, like put it on my hands. Or
you couldn't drink it. You wouldn't even think to drink it.
No.
Okay. Gray at the top there at that northern door at the top is barred shut from the opposite side. The northern door is locked and bolted from the other side, and for anything you try, it cannot be opened.
How do I know that it's barred?
You can tell that it's not like giving when you're like trying to pull the thing. It's not like like when if it's locked, you can tell where the lock is because you can kind of wiggle it.
There's a car alarm going off, and I think it might be ours. Right.
Well, there you have it. So that door is locked up there. Blodgett, the one down where you are, is most definitely not locked.
No, okay. It stopped. It might be a neighbor. It sounded like it was up front.
All right, I'm going to check to see if I hear any noises on the other side of it, and hopefully have better luck if this one's trapped.
Roll me a d20 for your hearing.
3.
That helps things along, anyways. You do not hear anything from the opposite side of the door.
Okay.
What else do you do?
I'll check it for traps and see if it's locked.
Roll me a d20 again.
13.
There are no traps on this that you can identify.
Okay.
You believe to the best of your ability. There's no.
All right. I will share that information that this one looks openable.
Mhm.
Since I hear them kind of pulling on the other door and not having any success.
Okay. So
But most important question,
what
is
do
it
you-
big enough that
what if
Grat
Rob-
can get his bear through?
How are you going to tell them? Let's see, what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50?
I'll tell it to like Duncan and Lupo and them.
Pass it on.
Yeah, since I'm like, this door will work.
Okay. So that's what he says. Let's see. Let's move back to Gray. You can see Blodgett saying, you know that this door is open down here.
Aldemar hasn't done anything.
Aldemar.
So we're not gaining anything in this corner of the room, are we?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go down south. Go down with the rest of the guys down.
Okay.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. Pardon me, say.
Excuse you. See. And go down to there's the door down there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and open it.
Oh shit.
We're gonna make it happen. We're doing it live.
You are about, let's see.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
You can get to right about here. Let me put you there. Grot, what are you doing?
All right, so I see everything going on. I've already put the oil of poison protection in my pouch, and I'm gonna wheel the bear. I'm gonna wheel Sid with me.
Okay, get out of the way.
One side. See,
One side.
I'm moving. Grat and the bear are moving down toward the south side to that door down there.
All right, Rothos, you're here. What are you going to do?
I see Grat wheeling this bear over. By the can I see the north door from where I am?
You can. Yeah.
What is it made of? So
very heavy set, wooden door, like a heavy oak, but it has very strong iron bands on it. And as Gray was saying, it is definitely barred from the opposite side. You being a smart elf, you realize you are and you read the papers, you realize that you are in what looks like a pay room or a payroll area.
HR.
And there might be a reason that part is locked because they pay the troops here.
But it's barred from the other side, though. That's the weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is strange.
Was there anything along the walls there, like some sort of lever? What's that?
You can go up and look. Do you want to go look?
So I'm going to walk over. I'm going to look around the door, see if there's anything on the walls near it.
No, it looks like it is secure, like very, very solidly locked. Like it was meant to be a barrier.
Oh, it's not like there could be anything behind it.
No, there's definitely hinges. It's definitely open. This is a door. They didn't put there for no reason. But
are the hinges showing that it opens from the other side then?
Yes.
Huh. See here. But I mean I'm obviously not as nowhere near as strong as any of these other guys, so I'm just kind of bumping at it and I feel it doesn't give.
No, it doesn't even shake. Like if a door is locked, you can sort of like get a little play out of it. This was no play whatsoever.
Are there any cracks in the bottom?
No.
Oh, it's completely sealed.
You don't know that for sure. I mean, it's not. You don't see any ceiling, but you don't see any cracks or anything towards the bottom of the door.
It's not like a door with a little bit of space at the bottom.
There's no draft coming in.
No, there's absolutely no draft coming in.
There is no way something small could get to the other side of this door.
No.
Let's see here. Trying to thank you. Dang it. I could summon an animal and send it through.
Blodgett, what are you doing down here? You see Aldemar, like he's walking with a purpose. He's coming towards the door.
All right. I'm had told those guys that this door is available, so it looks like Adamar wants to open it. So I give him like, have at it.
All right. Let's do it.
Almar's coming down here, and let's see. Gray, let's go. Gray, what are you doing? You're right there about the desk area.
I'm gonna move down to that door too.
Okay.
And tell Lupo to stay close to me.
Okay. Lupo is just kind of like, oh, okay. He was following Rothos, and now he comes back around to you.
Just
coming, Father.
Keep your eye on the elf.
Okay. Duncan is right here, cautiously watching all of you guys.
Yeah, I have my blades ready. I'll hang out behind the bear.
All right.
I'm gonna keep my mace ready.
I got to insist on pulling this damn thing around with him, so that's fine.
Yes, I'm taking the bear with me.
Aldemar, you are in front of this door that's right in front of you, and it looks like a standard door. It looks as sturdy as any other one that you've been through just so far.
All right, I'm gonna try testing. Can I like open it, or do I have to knock it
You
down?
can open it. No, it's
All
open.
All right, open it.
Okay, so you're gonna pull it open. It opens in this way, and you look down what looks like a hallway of some sorts.
Oh. One for you, one for me.
One for you and 1, 2, 3 for me.
All right. Listen carefully, you.
Use guys. Oh shit!
You'll notice that the floor here has a little bit of ornateness to it. That's important. Keep that
I
in
thought
mind.
that would look like a carpet.
It's not a carpet. It's just carved into the thing itself.
Cool.
Down like so. And you can see for a very long way down here. This is a very, very long corridor. All right. So here's what you see. Okay, as your door opens, there is a clanging sound as you open the door. You hear this ching, 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 ching. When you open the door.
Was that a doorbell?
Set off another trap.
You hear a clanging sound as you open the door. You look up to see where the sound came from, and you see a pair of tin cups have been hung above the door.
Oh man.
The party sees a straight corridor that goes down for at least what looks like you can't tell because it's so far down. It looks like 110 feet. It is lit by torches in wall brackets about every 20 or 30 feet. And there is an archway some distance down this corridor and a door beyond that. The walls are hung with paintings now defaced and written like sled sucks, fuck this guy.
Where's the rum?
Face just sled is a man or there's a woman. And the floor is covered by ragged carpets.
Oh, so there are carpets. Carpets, see?
I say we push the bear ahead of us in marching order.
Walls here. And you can see down about 110 feet.
Sid would Grat say where bear go.
Oh fuck.
Grat or Gray, you're not even there. This is the only Aldemar.
Okay.
And you've heard this clanging sound. You guys all hear that.
Even I hear it.
That's like a doorbell.
Everybody here. Even Rothos can hear it from where he's at.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Aldemar, this is what you see. Down at the very far end of this, you can make out what looks like a door.
Only in a leap from the lion's head will he prove his worth.
The penitent man shall pass.
Pass. The penitent man is humble. He
Man.
kneels. Kneel! I'm through!
He made it.
Jehovah starts with an I.
That's a great scene. Holy shit. It's a long ass.
All right, guys.
As
Real quick, is there anything like the room that we're in? Is it like the floor? Are there any like loose pieces of rock?
No, it's actually pretty well constructed, very similar to the trap that you guys just undid.
Is there any objects that I can find, like debris or rubble or anything that would be like something small I could hold in my hand?
Like a rock?
Yeah, like a rock or something.
Well, you could pry up a piece of flagstone if you want.
Because I hear the sound and I instinctively try to grab a rock.
Okay.
Oh no, there's a plan.
Okay, so you can do so. It'll take you a minute to take some time to do it. If you want to pry a piece of flagstone.
So I try prying up a piece of flagstone. What is that? Flagstone?
Flagstone that's down below, like you're stepping. So you're trying to wedge that. Grot, what Duncan's like, what the hell? And he's like kind of looking at like what just happened with Aldemar. Gray, you hear the clanging of the tin cups. Grot, you hear the clanging of the tin cups, and Rothos, you do too. Actually, let's go to Rothos. What are you gonna do?
I'm trying to get the piece of flagstone.
Okay, so you're grabbing a piece of flagstone. Blodgett, what are you doing?
Kind of shaking my head, and I'm moving up with Adamar to look down the.
So,
yeah.
but like you can, because you're a very diminutive halfling, you can see around. You could just barely make this out. You look up and you see the cups clanging. They're held by like some kind of wire. They're just kind of dangling there in the ceiling above, and they're going. Tang, 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 tang.
All right. I just kind of shake my head and just kind of like, yep, someone's going to know we're coming or here.
Grot, what are you going to do?
So Grot hears all this
Yes.
noise, but he doesn't see anything.
Nope.
And Aldemar is in the doorway.
He's in the doorway.
Okay. I'll hold position with Sid until we decide what we're going to do with the door, because I know we heard the noise. That's not good. I'm being very vigilant.
Are you just going to stay where you're at, or you want to move?
Move me up one space towards the wall. Yeah, and I'll pull the bear with me.
Is it too late for me to silence?
What are you going to do? Gray, you're up next anyways. Go ahead.
I'm going to cast, if there's going to be more noise, I'm just going to cast silence.
On?
Now, if I come up to where Aldemar is and I look down the hallway, what exactly do I see and how far is it? Because it's got.
First of all, you have to move up behind. So let's push you over there.
The silence would be great for Rothfuss.
Now, Gray, this is what you see. Aldemar's kind of dumbstruck in the doorway there, kind of like looking at the now the tin cans that are strung up above him. You can look down this hallway. It's very well lit. You notice that there is a kind of a soiled carpet or decaying carpet here. It looks at some point, whoever was in this stockade before it was taken up by new management, this was probably something that they had. Also, you can see probably about the first like maybe 20 or 30 feet of this hallway, there is some art that is hung on the walls. And they've been defaced, and and that's about it that you can tell. Barely. I mean, you can't even tell how far this hallway goes down. So, but at the end, the very end of it, you see what looks like a door at the end of it.
Can we crawl under the hanging cans?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's this up to the side here. So when Aldemar opened the door, they went.
Okay, so they're not all down the hall. It was just as an alarm for the door.
Yeah, just dangling from the ceiling.
Okay. I just listen. I tell everybody, shh. Do I hear anything? Does there seem to be any reaction? Footsteps? Any voices?
You hear nothing.
If I look at the floor where these rugs are, do there appear to be any, imprints or any sign that anybody's been through this way recently?
No, nothing that you can tell. No.
Okay, I just tell Aldemar that I don't like that the floor is covered. These
right. Do we
rugs
want-
could be hiding something.
Okay. Why don't you check it?
I'll cast if I can. I'm going to cast a check for traps.
Okay. So you go into casting that spell, and let's see, Duncan is right
And the
here.
range is 120 feet.
And let's see, Rothos, you're here. You managed to pry up about a hand-sized chunk of flagstone. You have a hand-sized chunk of rock in your hand. Congratulations.
Just you watch.
Well done, elf.
So I have this piece of stone in my hand, and
You're
I start
Freemason
walking.
now, Rothos.
I have a piece of the
He's a
stone, and I kind of have it held just behind my back, but not like trying to hide it. Just kind of.
Okay, you're still up by the north door.
Yeah, and I just start walking towards the group.
Okay.
Kind of coming up behind them, just looking at, trying to join in on what the commotion is.
So you can sort of see what's going on. You can barely see like just this because Aldemar's in the doorway right there. So Aldemar, what are you going to do?
Good question.
You're in the spotlight.
I know exactly. I could take one step forward, but I'm gonna roll for perception first. I'm gonna and to be specific, I want to check for to see if there's anything unstable, any enemies that are lurking, anything that would indicate that if I start walking, check the ceiling, check everything. Basically,
I'm looking at everything.
Okay.
We're looking at everything.
Yeah, give me a perception check since you're initiating it yourself.
Oh yeah, baby. 25 total.
Did you get a natural 20?
Wow.
I rolled a natural 19 plus 5.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You notice nothing. There's nothing that everything the carpet looks a little worn and decayed. You kind of snicker a little bit at the defacing of the artwork on the walls. Other than that, you don't really see anything all that out of the ordinary. There's nothing on the ceiling except for it's a stone ceiling.
All right. Well, for the King and St. George, I'm going to go down the hallway.
Okay. How far do you want to go down?
How far can I go down?
Let's see.
Till you sit off the trap.
You want to go as far as you can go? It's right about, I can put you right about.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Let's put you there. Okay. Blodgett, you see Aldemar going, well, okay. Blodgett, you're next.
All right. I just kind of shake my head looking up at the cups, kind of pointing up as I pass under them and follow behind Aldemar. Although I will keep a little bit of distance between the two of us.
No, we were here before they do now. Okay. So do you want to follow behind him?
Yeah.
This would be a great hallway. This would be a
Yes.
great hallway for Rothus to cast a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So you get to about there. Okay. And Gray, what are you doing?
Well, I cast find traps down the hall. So did I find any traps?
Okay. I guess you're directing it down the hallway.
Down the length? Yeah.
All right. You find no traps. 0 traps down the hallway.
Awesome. So then I just start following them down and motion for Lupo to stay close.
Okay. So do you want to follow right behind them?
I'm going to keep a few feet behind them, just a little bit of distance.
Let them get hurt first.
Just in case.
Good idea. All right. And let's see. Actually, I want to push Duncan in because Duncan will do it. So Duncan is kind of cautiously following behind Gray. Grot, you're up.
I'm going through and I'm pushing Sid ahead of me.
All right. So
Squeaking the wheels of the bear.
Sid is going to. The bear is going to take up. So you're pushing this, and you're slow because of the bear. So
Yes.
You're pushing the thing along, and
He's like a natural shield for me too.
you're going to be right. You're going to be right there, and Sid's going to be in front of you. Okay.
Cool.
Lupo is looking at this madness in front of him, going like, "Okay." And Rothos, you are now here. You get behind the half orc who has adopted a teddy bear. So,
Yes.
My eyes are nearly stuck to the back of my head for how hard they're rolling.
okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, as you are moving your way down this hallway, you begin to see what looks like some figures at the end of the hallway. There are 3 figures, and I need Blodgett, I need Aldemar to roll me a d20 right now.
7.
Okay.
16.
You see what look like, Blodgett, you can barely make this out. Aldemar, you can see this. You see what look like humanoids, and they are wrapped in some kind of bandages. And they're kind of walking back. They're walking up this corridor towards you. And there are 3 figures.
Oh no.
This is a good hallway for fireball.
Yes.
Okay.
I had an idea when I saw it. I'm like, that'd be great fire.
But I don't see it yet. So
Nope.
Trust me, just shoot over the bear.
Just point in between the bear's arms. Duck.
Down at the end here, you see what look like mummies.
Oh shit. Whose mummy's that?
The mummy-in-law.
And from where you can see, there you can hear them kind of going
Moaning about their feelings.
They were triggered.
Inclusivity.
can I hear them in the back? Can I hear them in the back?
No, you got a lot of people in front of you, and they are way the hell down this corridor. The only people that can see them right now is Blodgett, Aldemar, and Gray. You know something's going on up there, but you can't tell what's going on. But Blodgett and Aldemar, you see what look like they look like mummies, and that's just me telling you as guys what they look like. They look like humanoids wrapped in some kind of bandages.
Yeah, I think this is a job for Sid.
Do I get the sense whether they're undead or not?
You can't tell because you don't even know what they are at this point. You're right behind Aldemar, right there. And so they look like they're kind of like they're walking towards you. But again, they're far away. They're really far away from, like, remember, this is a very long hallway.
Shit. It's going to take them hours to get to us. We could, like, take a rest and heal up.
Yeah, they look like they're pretty slow. Okay, so you guys see that Duncan is kind of looking, and now Duncan is curious, and he's like looking through your shoulders, like, "What the hell?
Uh-oh.
Hell!"
Light them on fire. Fire.
Okay, Grot, you're right there. You have the bear that's right next to you.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know, but you have the bear that is.
I have Sid the bear with me, and I'll move forward with the bear.
Okay. You move into here with the bear that is right.
Do Sid and I see this?
No. Sid has,
with his one eye.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move in. There's a big bear right here. Rothas. This is like the whole thing is like blocked to you right now, so you can't see.
Did I hear them like? Did I hear Duncan kind of yelling, "What's that?"
You hear Duncan talking like, "What the hell is that?"
I'm gonna try to squeeze past Grat and get.
I'll move against the wall. I'll move against the wall.
So I try to squeeze my way to the front to see what's going on.
I'll put that there, Grat. You're gonna have to step back a little bit, and your stupid bear is right here. Okay.
All right. Cool. That's not stupid.
So I try to get as far up as I can.
Going, what the hell is going on?
He's
I
just
try to get
intellectually challenged.
as close to the front
Yes.
as possible to see what they're talking about.
You can't even you've got four guys in front of you right now in this hallway. Let's go with Blodgett. You're up next. You're at the very front of this whole mess. And you look
Blodgett.
like you don't know what a mummy is because you're a halfling, but you see what look like kind of humanoids, and they don't look too good. And they look as if they're wrapped up in something.
Yeah,
maybe they're hurt.
Blodgett's like not wanting to have.
Get some peroxide.
Blodgett's not wanting to have any of this, so I'm going to kind of move back a little bit. But I am taking note. You did say that the hallway was well lit. There were torches along.
Well lit, and until these mummies just kind of appeared in front of you, there was a door. You thought there was a door behind them. But now they've come they've sort of appeared in the hallway, and they are moving very slowly towards you. I mean,
I mentioned something about the torches might come in handy, and the 10 cups. This is what the intention was, to get their attention. So I'm just sharing my information and passing it back to the others that there's something up ahead. It's all wrapped up in bandage, looks pretty messed up.
So he's relating this.
I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Duncan can see over your head, so he's looking like going like, what the hell is that? Okay, Aldemar, you're next. Blodgett's kind of stopped in his tracks, but you see what look like 3 mummies down the hallway here.
I'm going to take out my bow, and I'm going to aim for the one closest. I know it's going to trigger Karen Clary, but I want to target the person.
Karen Clary? All right.
The closest enemy.
No, I'm going to tell you said that too.
Yeah, I want to target the person, the mummy closest, to just see how they respond to an arrow.
Okay. The 10, 20, 30. 10 feet away from you. Go for it.
How far?
About 110 feet.
Ooh.
Roughly. That's what you can make out.
So I rolled a 16.
Okay. You roll a 16. You see your arrow flies down. You're like dead cert because you can't miss. These things are slow. And you see what happens is as you fire it down, the arrow curves off. And it doesn't even impact in the wall. It just clatters down the hallway. As it's about to hit the lead mummy, it curves off. It's deflected off, and the air, you see the arrow kind of go end over end after that.
That's not good. But remember what the DM said about the carpet, whatever that's at our feet, is important. So let's keep that in mind.
We should pull the carpet out from under them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Just
Yeah,
yank
exactly.
it.
Okay.
Or set it on fire.
No, seriously. Do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do it. Do it.
Oh man, this is great. Okay,
You want me to yank the carpet?
Pure entertainment.
Right.
Gray, you're next.
Okay, how close
We
are
were
the
having a
zombies?
good time before. We are now.
How close
right.
are the zombies to everybody?
They are, at least from what you can tell, they are more than 100 feet away from you.
Oh, crap.
Let's Aldemar. Let's you
Because
and Grad. Let's do this.
I could turn undead, but I may wait until they're closer so that when I turn them, oh crap. Are there attacks of opportunity in the original D&D? I don't know if that would provoke an opportunity attack.
You can have attacks of opportunity.
All right. I'm not going to try to turn undead right now. Then I'll wait until
wait till the fun's over.
Advantageous. But what I will do is how many feet away are they?
You estimate, from what you can tell, about 100, more than 100 feet away.
Okay. My sacred flame only goes out to 60 feet, so I'm not going to bother with it.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell Lupo just What spells have I taught Lupo? What does he know how to do?
He just has cantrips at this point. He doesn't have any like real spells. I mean, he
Does
can
he
wrap.
have anything offensive?
He can heal, but not like you can.
He can't. No flame or anything though.
No, he's not. He's not going to be doing anything like that.
Okay, I just tell Lupo, I says, stay close, but keep behind us, and keep your. What does he have? The sword.
He's got his hammer. He's got the footman's hammer.
All right, I said, keep your hammer ready. That's it. I just get ready.
All right, Rothas, you are.
I still don't see them, do I?
No,
the mummies.
you got Gray, Duncan, and Aldemar still in front of you. You hear Aldemar loose an arrow, and that is about as. But you see him doing something down there.
So I continue to kind of.
There's you can hear from what these guys are talking about. There's what looks like mummies down at the end of the thing, for lack of a better term, mummies.
How far are they from me? The mummies.
They look as they're over. You can from where you're at, you can tell that they're over 100, maybe 110 feet away from you.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay.
That's 120 feet.
Okay. You've got Duncan, Aldemar and Blodgett and Gray in front of you to do that.
Can I go over them?
Drop.
Cast it over.
Duck. Everybody duck. Probably you cast it over. You could cast it over Blodgett, probably.
Yeah, I'll duck.
Or I should actually. I could move a bit before I cast it. So I'm gonna try to squeeze in front of Duncan.
All right. You can sort of tap Duncan and he'll move. Help.
Yeah.
Trade.
And I'm obviously taller than Blodgett.
Now, you're in cramped quarters here now too, because you guys are here.
And it's only 10 feet wide here.
Yeah.
That's that.
Can I squeeze past Blodgett?
Blodgett is smaller than you. You could certainly cast over.
But I
him.
can. Yeah, I'll cast over him. I'll cast Firebolt over him.
That might be a good idea. Not through him, over him.
Yeah. Cast through his body.
Okay. All right. So you're casting Firebolt. That's what you're doing? Okay.
Yes.
Now, as you get up closer to see what's going on, you see what look like mummies down at the end of this hallway. And they're kind of like moving up the hallway towards you. So you're going to cast Firebolt. What's the cast time on that?
Instant.
Instant. Okay. So you're going to cast Firebolt. You cast Firebolt down the hall at them. Do they?
It's a ranged attack.
Okay, so you got a hit. So go ahead and roll your 2 hits.
That's an 8.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Is it just 2?
I believe so. Yeah.
Just 2. Okay. Well, unfortunately, both of those are deflected in the same manner that that Aldemar's arrow is. It passes off to the left side of the mummies, and you hear something. You hear some kind of impact, and you think you hit them, but then you see the majority of the flame strike that goes down the hallway. It seems like it's deflected and pushed off to, well, it would be your right side, and it's deflected away, and you don't see them take any kind of damage whatsoever.
Son of a bitch.
They're not on fire, nothing at all. They're just kind of moving down this hallway towards you. It looks like they are moving forward, but they're very, very slowly.
Okay. I wonder.
All right. Grot, you're up.
All right. So I'll leave Sid where he's at for the moment, and I'm gonna push my way and grab Aldemar, and we're gonna step forward like.
All right, so you're gonna muscle your way past Gray.
Yeah, so I'll be in front of Aldemar. We're going to be side by side as much as we can in the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're just moved up past, so you can get right to about right there if you want to.
All right.
And what are you going to do?
Well, the plan is to get ahead of everybody, Aldemar and I, and kind of bunch up the rug so we can grab it
and
then yank it as hard as we fucking can.
Okay, so you're trying to muscle your way to the front there. All right.
Correct. So Aldemar gets
Lupo
strong arm.
is-
Blodgett
Lupo's
will move back.
putting your teddy bear back there. Okay.
Leave my bear back there. Yeah.
All right, Blodgett, you're up
Sid.
next. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Move back.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back because I don't want anything to do with those things moving, especially if they're covered in a shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you want to trade places with?
Whoever I can, if I can go all the way back.
We can push Rothus to the front, and you can get all the way behind Duncan if you want. You're a little guy, so
Yeah, I will do that.
You want to be a halfling now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so is this where you want to be? And then
Yeah.
Right by the bear.
I'll hang out with Sid. Sid and I will guard the rear with Lupo.
Okay. Okay. Let's Aldemar, you're up next. This is where you guys are at. That's where the mummies are actually.
And I had told Aldemar like the plan.
Okay. They make it to right about there.
Oh shit, they're slow as fuck. It's like a sloth on Quaaludes.
I'm going to avoid making.
Yeah, they move like they're very like animated, like they're just doing like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
It's a really bad Thriller video.
Yeah, it is.
Thriller, Thriller, okay.
Oh my god, stop that. Jesus.
All right, Aldemar, you're up. You're at the lead position right now. What do you want to do?
I'm going to proceed forward.
Okay, how far do you want to go?
Just go like 10 feet.
10 feet, yeah. We're
'cause
going to
We're gonna try this.
we're gonna do this together. If
we're
we're gonna die or succeed together.
Exactly. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna totally Lucille Ball this shit, this hallway.
We're gonna do a 300. This
Okay.
is gonna be the
Is that all you want to do? Is just move up 10 feet and just halt?
the hot gate. We're gonna do hot gates.
Hot gates.
Okay.
Oh
All right,
god.
Rothos, you're up next. What do you want to do? You see all this going on.
Quickly, is there any writing on the rug?
No, it's just an ornate, artistic-looking rug.
I'm going to move forward.
As you're looking at the rug, you can tell that it is old and it is decayed, as it was part of probably the original.
Right. I'm going to move forward as much as I can, actually, as far ahead as I can.
You want to get ahead of Aldemar?
Yeah.
You are an elf. Okay.
Well, you'd be the first one to fall, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so you're right there.
How close am I to them now?
You look like maybe about 70 or 80 feet from them.
I take that piece of flagstone
Okay.
and I
throw
cast
it.
catapult.
That's catapult?
Yeah.
Nice.
A 1 to 5 pound object can travel up to 90 feet and basically go ballistic.
Sweet.
All right. So
It's like a force throw.
you're
Basically,
in the process, You're in the process of casting that. Grot, you're next. What are you doing?
All right, Aldemar, and we don't care about Rothfuss at the moment.
Yeah,
So
screw that guy.
Fuck that. So this is gonna be kind of funny. So he's casting catapult. I move up next to Aldemar. We lean forward and we kind of like bunch up, so it's like it becomes a handle.
Mm-hmm.
And with all of our might, we're gonna with that slack that we create in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to yank the carpet as hard as we can, like almost fall backwards with it. So I mean, I don't know. We have to roll. Do we do like on three?
Okay, so Grot,
All
you're
right.
there. Aldemar, I take it you're on board with this whole idea too. So, Grot, your strength. What is your strength, Grot? Your strength is 19.
It's like 20 or 21, something like that.
Hold on, I got to add this up. So, okay, so you're at. I believe you're at. Oh, but you have the ogre strength.
I have the. It's a hat of stone giant strength.
Okay, and Aldemar, what is your strength?
Strength for in what regard?
What is your strength
Your
score?
physical strength characteristic.
What's your score? What's your number? What's the number? Is it?
Sorry, I've never had to.
I know.
Look at the word
It's on the
strength. And what's the
left.
number next to it?
I'm looking. God, this is when. No, sorry. This is when my.
6 big numbers.
15. Like I have
So
it.
it's
I've got it.
15.
Okay, hold on. I've
Should
got
be
it.
like a plus
Aldemar,
one.
15. There you go. Okay. All right. All right, roll, monkey boy.
All right. On 3, Aldemar, you ready?
On 3, roll a
On
d20.
3. On 3. When I say 3, then you roll. 1, 2, 3. Hey, nice. 15. Natural 15.
Okay.
Did you roll?
Roll. Aldemar is supposed to roll. I said 3. You were supposed to roll. Ah, you fucked it up.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Speaking of 3, that's what I rolled. So
Jesus Christ. So you just like trip and fall.
All right. So you guys both get down on your knees and you grab the carpet. All right. And Grot, with his super strength, is much stronger than Aldemar, but both of you manage to grab the sides of this thing together. As you pull back, let's see. You pull back on the carpet itself.
Rothus.
As you're pulling it back, you manage to rip the carpet into like big chunks of this thing, pull back, and you manage to. Rothus, I need you to give me a roll a d20.
You just slipped on a banana peel.
Oh, me? I got to roll?
No, Rothus.
Rothus.
Oh, fuck. I just destroyed your spell.
No, I rolled a 5.
Okay, so
shit.
fall backwards as about 10 to 15 feet of the carpet rips from up right in front of you. You fall back. Give me a d20 real quick. You fall backwards. It ruins your spell, but
Another 5.
You got
Son of a bitch. You're drooing it today.
The spell goes off. It goes wild, and the big chunk of rock that you have, you see it catapults as you're falling back, and the rock goes kind of like
ricochets,
crazily goes down the hallway, and you see what happens is as you're falling back, you can see it just kind of like ricocheting through the hallway, and you don't know where the rock goes because you fall down as you do. And as you do, you hear kind of like a crack. You hear kind of like a shattering sound as you fall backwards. And so you fall flat on your ass. Grot, you fall flat on your ass. Aldemar, you fall flat on your ass. So you've got these big chunks of rotten carpet in your hands. Rothus is just basically fell back on top of you, Grat.
Oh, fuck. Get off me, you elf.
Because you basically pulled him back to you. Aldemar is on his ass. Grot's on his ass. Rothus is on his ass.
Oh, shit.
And you can still see what looks like one of the mummies is still coming towards you.
Oh.
Okay. And you can't tell where the other mummies went, although you can sort of make a vague outline of what looks like there might be mummies behind him. This one, but again, he's only moving up a little bit further as you come down this hallway, or as he comes down this hallway, I should say. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys there because we've been going at this for almost 3 hours now.
Oh, yeah.
How far are the mummies from us still at this point?
From what you can tell, they are at least, the lead mummies might be 80 feet away from you. 80, 85.
The lead mummy.
Yeah, the lead mummy.
Lead mummy.
The other mummies look like they're a little bit further behind him. Maybe 10 or 15 feet behind him.
Okay, the other mummies had more box wine.
That's right. And cats. They smell like cat urine.
Can I do one thing now so I don't forget?
Go for it.
Are Grot and Aldemar able to hear if I say anything to them, or are they still?
Grot and Aldemar are flat on their backs, and you're wondering what the hell just happened to these guys.
I'm going to wait until they get up, but I'm still thinking of I'll try to cast Turn Undead, but I'll wait until they're close enough that when they try to flee, gives us an open shot at them.
Okay. What's the range on your turn undead? About 80. Well, how far is it? I think you have to be up closer than that.
Turn undead is 30, so I can't.
Okay, so you got to be right up in your grill. So
Yeah.
all right. So we'll pick that. Keep that in mind for next time, Gray. Rothos, Grat, and Aldemar, you got to regain your footing.
We do, and I got to go retrieve my bear. All right, excellent.
All right,
very,
so,
very cool.
we will leave it right there. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save this file one more time because this is hilarious.
That's cool.
So that's where. This is where I'm gonna leave you guys. Right. Where is it?
All right,
With
cool.
3 of us on our asses.
Yep, with rotten carpet in our hands and mummies in the forefront. Fantastic.
So just another masculine geek gathering. Then
There you go.
Pretty much. Yeah, rotten carpet and apparently Amos in someone's lap.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that was
At least
fun.
I didn't fall forward out of my nipple.
Exactly. That was the battlefield. Yeah, he just,
I'm like,
destroyed
this
people.
is going to be entertaining. I really want to see what happens with this.
Well, wait till the bear comes into play. I have plans. I have plans for Sid.
All right, so let me go around the horn real quick. Vince is Grot. I am Roland, the dungeon master, right? Aldemar is the ranger, and Rothos is the elf magic user wizard. Blodgett is the halfling thief for now, and Gray is our human cleric. Lupo should be played by
Jack.
Jack maybe. Put that on him. Because people are like saying, "Who's Rothos?" They don't know who the new characters are. So
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys.
Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Everyone who's in the chat, everyone who's has been watching live, and everyone who will be listening and or watching at a later time. We appreciate it for you joining us for Masculine Geek Dungeons and Dragons session 19. Until next time. We're going to try to do another 2-week session. We'll see. I'm going to get an email thread, a bunch of the guys here, and we'll see when our next game is. So we will talk to you all later. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, gentlemen, and we will see you soon.
Peace.
All right, folks.